cauliflower thing up there with the other thing. It's good. Anyways, James, in answer to your question, I'm on a plane tomorrow to
Yeah.
Brazil. The
Okay.
last time I was on, it was in Brazil.
The land of the nicest asses ever. Go ahead.
Well, to each
saying.
their own. To each their own. And
Yeah.
don't we have a guy? There's a guy on the network that came for Dean. There's a guy that came for Dean this week from Sao Paulo. And I
Oh.
called him out a bit. Remember, he called out Dean on his little. They have that Twitter page going now where they're calling out all the people they think are leftists and all that shit. Anyways,
Oh, yeah.
they tagged Dean on it, and he's from Sao Paulo. Last time I was there, I got deathly ill. So, in answer to your question about running shows, it's the first time. It's the first time I actually missed a show in 25 years. I was so deathly ill. And it was like 80,000 people. Like it was like the biggest show of my life. And I
Who was
literally
the
had
artist?
It was Shakira. So I had to call this thing in. I got so sick. Nurses, you name it. The whole thing was just like I was laid up like a classically laid up. And the funny thing is so when I finally felt normal to go out and get a Gatorade and a slice of bread somewhere, I was about 2 blocks away from a convenience store. The guy at the front desk at the hotel says, "Whatever you do, don't give the kids any money." And I'm like, "Okay."
They always say that in
Sure.
those countries.
But particularly here, he goes, "Don't." And I just left it at that. So take
Okay.
like the slowest walk you've ever done. That's me, just getting there, trying not to shit myself, trying not to do anything. I'm just trying to survive. Kid comes up to me, does the whole, I don't know Portuguese, but little bit wants the money. I
It's
said
just
no.
drunk Spanish. That's all.
Yeah,
it is.
I said no money. Guy in front of me gives the kid some money. Kid goes running out of the store, all
gets
excited.
swarmed.
And you hear all these, and I'm like, okay, great. So I pay
It's like
for my
seagulls at the beach.
I
Give 'em a
pay
French
for my
fry. You throw one
Gatorade.
fry.
I had a Gatorade and literally like a bun. I bought like a piece of bread and a Gatorade just to get something into me. And I'm hobbling myself back to the hotel, and I hear this deathly scream behind me, and I look, and the guy who gave the kid money is being jumped by a pack of 8-year-olds. I kid you not. They must have been like 8 to 10-year-old kids. And listen, friends, a knife is a knife, whether it's in a 40-year-old hand or a 50-year-old hand or an 8-year-old hand. And they're just beating the shit out of this. So I start stepping up my walk back to the hotel, get to the front desk, said to the guy, what's happening over there? And the guy goes, "Did you give him money?" And I said, "No." He goes, "No." He goes, "Did the other guy give you money? Give him money?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, they think they're not very bright. They think you don't have any money, even though you're shopping in a store, but they think the other guy has more money because he gave the money."
They're more diabolical in Lima.
I wouldn't
wasn't-
have taken a pack of 8-year-olds to do me
Dominican's
in
not
that day.
bad
It would have been one 8-year-old would have killed me that day. That's all it would have taken.
Dude, in Peru, in Lima, I was dating a Peruvian, and we went to see her family. It was like 2000. It was right after 9/11, and my flight was on Christmas Eve. American Airlines flight number 13. Okay, and this is like a month and a half or 2 months or whatever after 9/11. So passengers are a little like, oh God, and then the superstitious ones were like, flight 13, get me off this plane. Like it was weird, right? Like, and then in the middle of the flight, and this you have to imagine, like, because our connecting flight was in Miami, so it was like a few Canadians, but mostly Americans and some Peruvians, right? Yeah. And we when we took off from Miami, after we settled at 30,000 feet or whatever, 2 Muslim men dressed in Muslim garb started pacing the aisle really nervously. And so all these Americans are like, starting to roll up their sleeves like they're going to have to like pull at Flight 93.
Fucking go
and
time.
Yeah, exactly. But they were just, pacing, right? Like, and, it was no big deal.
I was
wait, hold on. I was just going to say the Peruvian thing about the kids. So we were given the same warning. Don't give the kids money because you'll be swarmed by kids.
Yeah.
You know what they do there? They walk in groups of 3, and they walk one behind one another. First guy razor blades the jacket pocket. Second kid catches the shit that falls out. Third kid bumps into the person so they don't even know what's going on. And I saw it happen, and I was like, "This is fucking amazing." I wish I knew this when I was 7 years old.
They're the velociraptors of children.
That's
great.
The other side of it, what's happened is between Colombia and Brazil, everyone's made their way over to Spain. Spain's got a real problem. So same tour, we were all walking back from a restaurant,
Por
and
favor,
there was a
por
guy.
favor.
There was a guy with us that was probably half a block back checking his phone, and he got taken out, and we didn't even know it. We were walking, and he just it happened so quick. They took his passport, beat the shit out of him, and one of the guys looks back, and he's lying on the ground. And we're like, "What the fuck just happened?" Like it just happened so quick.
And
It
in
happened so
your
quick.
business, you got to watch out for that because that could be David Grohl you lost back there, right?
Well,
like,
there could be a thing,
Shakira.
yeah.
Help,
So, anyways,
someone
that
help
was an interesting
Shakira.
one. But I definitely have been. That's the sickest I've been on tour, and I don't wish that on anybody. And it hasn't happened since, thankfully.
I was in
so.
I was in the Dominican with actually my daughter's mom, and she was pregnant at the time, and we brought like 15 people, like we all went down for a vacation, and I know how Caribbean vacations work, and everybody that's never been on one wants to go. Oh, let's go check out the town. It's like, don't go check out the town. Just stay on the resort. We paid lots of money to be here. There's good food. There's good drinks. Don't go out there. There's nothing good out there. We're in a third world fucking country. What do you think you're gonna get? So
machete.
yeah. So they're like, no, we want to. So I'm like, okay, including my at the time wife, and I'm like, okay, have fun. I stayed with my buddy Tim. We stayed and drank our faces off at the pool bar. Had a beautiful day. They all came back. They looked like they were in war when they came like stumbling back in. My wife, her hair is fucked, and I'm like, what is going on with you? So in the Dominican, in the touristy areas, what they'll do is they'll grab you. These girls will come up and they're like, oh, pretty hair, and they start braiding it. Well, the thing is until you pay them, they don't let go of your fucking hair. They've got you. And and you're trying to get away, and they're like, no. And you have to literally pay them to let go of your fucking They came back, they were so fucking miserable.
$1, but
I'm like,
you
I'm
have to
glad
pay
you
them.
guys had to, yeah, but if you don't you don't have cash, or all you've got is 20s on you because, maybe you were going to buy some tchotchkes at some fucking stupid stand.
Yeah.
I go stay on the resort, wait till the vendors come there, they pre-approve them, fucking deal with them, fuck leaving the resort. I've never left. I didn't. Why did I pay? Why did I
If
pay
you
to
don't
come
have the
here?
dollar, do you have to become
First
their
of
butler?
all, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Fuck.
Is that the Seinfeld thing? Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the Seinfeld thing, yeah.
Ryan, my obvious question is, why did you bring a pregnant wife on vacation? What's up
Why
with
not?
that? Because
Why
they're
not?
pregnant?
She wanted to go. What am I going to say? No.
Yeah.
She's pregnant. You ever
James,
say
are you
no to a
are you
pregnant
an
lady?
anti-pregnite?
Yeah.
No, I love listen, I am not. I don't like pregnant women as much as Jimmy P does, but
She wasn't a huge drinker anyway, right? So it wasn't like she was missing out there. She was only like at the time I think 4 months at the time, so it wasn't like she was like bowled out but it was
what I meant is that
Early
like
on.
the hormone. Like, listen, when my wife was pregnant the first and second time, my job was to be just like you want this? Do you need a drink? Do you want me to go out and get food? Blah blah blah. And I was like that. And then you translate that to a resort setting, and I guess it sounds kind of good, but then I don't know. It just seems like there's a hormonal.
No. Actually, she was the most funky, James.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on up in that part
I
of
don't know. I
Ontario,
think
but
he's
it's pretty rough there.
Yeah.
Anti-dentite
Got a
always
nice-
kills me. Ashley, that one was for you. There you go.
James, are you back?
I'm right here.
Oh, there you are. No, we lost you there for a minute. You went all robot and funky. Your
Oh,
your
sorry
internet,
about that. I didn't mean to.
your internet went. I don't want to get off this though because we do have people don't know we have somebody in the green room who's got really good stories about how kids fuck around with people in overseas, and I want to hear
In Afghanistan.
everywhere. Army Chris, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Woo!
How we doing, guys?
Good pal, how are you?
I'm pretty high right now. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Look at your face.
I'm,
So what about you?
glowing.
What did you see? Like you were everywhere. You
Welcome
were
to the
Bosnia.
show, Vietnamese Chris. Go on.
Yeah, you were.
Thank you, Charlie. Don't surf.
What did you see
Yeah.
from the kids? How in like what was the ingenuity like when it came to like ripping foreigners off?
Oh, well, okay. Well, so that's an interesting conversation because I found that the most kids who were trained to rip you off were in Belize City.
Oh,
Brenton, have you been to Belize City?
I have only been to an island outside of Belize and told never to go into Belize, the city.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about because the minute, and I'm talking about Belizeans that we knew, me and my buddy Dave, and Ryan, you met Dave.
mm-hmm.
they're like, yeah, you shouldn't. You fucking white guys should not go in Belize City. And as soon as they said that, we're like, with
Going.
our Jamaican
Yep.
rum, we're 100% going, and we did. And to be fair, I think there's a lot of hype about travel, that's created by the media and the government. Like, don't go here, don't go there, don't go to Mexico because someone died today. Well, 8 guys died in Toronto 7 minutes ago. No big deal. So whatever, like fuck that. We're gonna go, and for the most part, we were treated with respect.
Right.
As long as you're confident and you're traveling in pairs and you're cool, you exude confidence, and respect is always the big thing. Wherever you're going to go, treat people with respect. But back to your point, those little fuckers are the biggest scammers on the planet, right?
Yeah.
And they will head fake you out of your money and everything you own.
Really?
100%.
Yeah, I've seen videos of them pretending they don't have a leg. Like it looks like they're an amputee sitting on a fucking street corner.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden the kid takes the money, and it looks like he's got like a rotting, gangrenous fucking stump, and he just stands up, and the shit falls off his leg, and he walks away. It's like, holy shit,
Ryan, think about the things that people do to steal things in white collar. They pretend they're like this or that or this. Or that. Think of all the things.
George
that
Costanza trying to get the bathroom privileges.
Totally. Like,
Yeah.
think about what people with privilege do to steal and get away with things. Now, what's a kid going to do in a town that hasn't eaten in 4 weeks? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he's going to do anything he can, right?
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Like if I was one of those kids overseas, I'd be doing the same fucking thing. I think we all would, wouldn't we? Like, what are you going to do? Just hope life gets better? No, you're going to rip off the whiteys, right? I wonder I wonder if really progressive white people like go to like villages in Jamaica, and as they're getting like murdered, they're like, I deserve this, right? Because they're really progressive.
Well, you always have that. Like,
Sado
it's funny,
James.
Chris. It's funny, Chris, that you said like you're like, oh, they told us we're not going to go there, so we're fucking going. But it's always the story usually of the person that's done that, where they're like, we're fucking going, and they
He's
go.
that guy,
but
though.
did 17 people tell you not to do that? And I'm not saying it's good or bad.
I
I'm just
think
saying
it's
you never
different
hear stories of an avalanche falling on people necessarily that were supposed to be there.
You're right. And I'm not condoning to anybody watching or listening to this later that you should go do what I've done, because I have a different experience and background. I've been in shitty places.
And guns. You were armed.
Yeah, right.
You were armed every time.
I've been in shitty places, and like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going there. So then we're on vacation in places where people say it's bad. I'm like, man, you don't know what bad is. I'm going to go.
Dude, every single dead body on Mount Everest that's there frozen solid was somebody with an ambitious dream.
100%.
That's what I've always said. Don't fuck around.
He's
Just
the
stay
same
home.
guy who goes, nah, fuck them. I'll make it.
It's always the guy
who's
who's
oxygen canisters lying beside him, and good intentions.
Yeah, and no boots because somebody took them. Because that's what's going to happen. You're just going to get poached, you fucking idiot.
Dude, all my worst traveling experience, like the most harrowing, like violence or whatever, all of that happened in the States. Every last one. I had to stun gun a guy in Myrtle Beach when I was like 19 years old. I shit you not. And the reason why is because
of course you had a stun gun.
Well, I'll tell you how I got the stun gun. I didn't have the stun gun when I left. So we drove to Myrtle Beach from Whitby. I've told the first part of this story before, which is
song title.
yeah. But the first part of the story I've told before, I think on Casual Friday, which is when I did for some stupid reason I did shrooms in Hamilton, and so when I got to the border, I was like starting to peak a little bit, and so it was 1994, so there were no, like, the border was a totally different place back then. It was like, white, go on, that was pretty much it, right? Like, seriously, it was
2001 for sure.
Yeah, so whoa, I just knocked over my mic. Can you hear me anymore?
Oh yeah,
Good.
Gotcha.
Okay. So we get to the border, and he's like, "Do you have any fruits or vegetables?" And I'm like, "There's tomatoes on the sandwich," right? Like an idiot. And then we drove to Myrtle Beach. In Myrtle Beach, we stayed at, I still remember the name of the motel. It was the Grand Strand Motel. And if you've ever been,
I've stayed there.
Yeah, it's a golfer's place, right? That's where all the
Yes.
golfers stay. So I stayed there, and it's right across the street from the beach. And if you've ever been to Myrtle Beach, it's basically Niagara Falls with a beach, right? Like
Pretty much.
It's kind of like
it
that.
is. It's so plastic. It's so
Yeah,
plastic.
and it's
Oh,
very
is that right?
touristy.
but it's great. Yeah.
So the funny, I had two harrowing experiences. I'll try to make it quick, but like the first one was in my hotel. So we left the hotel. We ended up we went to a pool hall, and these guys were like, "Hey, we're having a party at our house." There was a couple girls, and we went there. And then when we got there and we saw them in light, we were like, "These people are fucking weird, right?" Like I didn't know what meth was back then, but I'm pretty sure they did, right?
This is methany.
Yeah. So I leave with a girl to go to the motel, right? I forget my motel key where my buddies were at. I think my buddy was holding the key or something. I go to the office of the Grand Strand Motel, and there's no one in there. The lights are off. It's like 1 a.m, but for some reason the door's unlocked. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go get my key. They have to have a spare room 6 key or something somewhere. So I'm looking for my key. Then I find it, and when I turn around, I see a stun gun. And without even looking, I just put it in my pocket, walk out, go to the hotel room, spend some time with this young lady, and then go back to the place. And when I go back to the place, it's eerily quiet. And my buddy, it's funny because the reason I thought of this story is because of the braids. My buddy got a braid put into his head, like an extension thing for some reason, from this guy Pops. Okay. And that was his nickname. And this guy Pops is sitting on one bed. My two friends are on this other bed, and they're just sitting. And we walk in, it's really quiet. And I sit down, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And they're like, that guy stole Daryl's wallet, and we don't know how to deal with this. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know how to deal with this. And I walk up to Pops, and I'm like, is there a wallet somewhere around here? And I could see the mattress was a little disheveled. So I just reached in to grab it and to grab whatever. I knew it was the wallet. So I grabbed the wallet and I took it out, and he goes to grab me, and I stun gun him right in the fucking thigh. And we just book it. We just,
Because Myrtle Beach, we bought stun guns there too, because you can buy them in that little gift shop.
you bought them? I didn't
yeah.
buy shit. I stole mine, motherfucker.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm
that
just saying
say?
they were there available, like as if you like Mars bars, Snickers, Kit Kat, stun gun, and it's like, oh fuck, that's cool. Let's buy a stun gun. I've never had. We'll never get it home. We can't get it across the border, but
No.
at least we have it while we're here. They were like $20. It's like fuck yeah, I'm buying that.
We booked it back to the car, and as we're running, my one friend is like, "Where did you get that stun gun?" And I'm like, "I'll tell you when we get back to the place where I got it." Like, you know.
Oh, Myrtle, I've got a fucking great story, and I was a different person back in my like early 20s. Like I was a bit of a fucking asshole. Like I was so the job
I just
that
stun
had-
gunned a guy, so go ahead.
Well,
You'll be fine.
I guess so. The job that I had back then was, you've heard the term ambulance chaser when it comes to lawyers. Well, in Hamilton, if you know anything about organized crime and how body shops work and towing and everything, Hamilton was kind of like the center of that in the early 2000s and prior to that. And so I worked for, I'm going to sneeze again. And
Get it. Make sure you get it on film. Let's isolate him.
yeah, right.
You know, the content would be better if you just sneezed without talking about it.
Yeah, it comes
Yeah,
in
I'm
three,
sure it
so
would.
get it out.
Anyway, I swear to God, it's sitting right there.
Look at the light. Look into the light. There you go.
Motherfucker!
Oh, I heard the snot hit the napkin. That was great.
Somebody tell me I'm pretty, please. Quickly.
You're pretty.
Thank you.
Fucking
Lucky
gross.
Ashley. Very lucky.
So anyway, that's better. We used to work on. It was always on. What's the next scam? What's the next deal? What's the next? What are we gonna do? We never paid for lunch because it was always a food scam. You'd call a fast food place and say, yeah, my name's in a book. The manager put me in there. We had a problem with our order last week. And nobody gives a shit. They're like, oh, yeah, no problem. Just come through. Just tell us your name. And then we never paid for lunch, like, ever. Like, it was fucking, it might still work. I don't even know. But so we're heading to Myrtle Beach, and it wasn't at the Grand Strand this time. We were staying at some other resort, and it was a nice place, and we had put up a bunch of money to go there. And I said to my buddy that I worked with, who was going to Myrtle with me, I said, we're gonna get this for free. He goes, how the fuck are you gonna do that? We're in another country. You can't. I'm like, I got this. It's fine. So I didn't tell anybody what I was doing. We had a rental car. We rented a minivan because there was four of us that went down. So we're like, let's get a minivan. We put like a flat screen TV in it with an inverter, a DVD player. It was fucking great. We drove down from Hamilton to Myrtle, and, and I didn't tell anybody what I did was I jammed clean hypodermic needle into the seat, like into the seat cushion of the van, like way into the back, right? So that even if we did get like pulled over in customs, we'd be like, oh fuck, it's a rental. We didn't check the fucking cushions. Plausible deniability, right? No,
I have diabetes.
So we get through all the way down. We go down. We're enjoying our time, and my buddy at the time, he's like, hey, I'm like, just leave it with me, I promise. But when it happens, you have to fucking play along. So sure enough, we get a sweet, beautiful fucking room. And it's gorgeous. It's got like a living room, 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, full deal, right? A pool, inside, outside pool where you can like swim under the wall and like you're outside and then you're inside. Awesome. So I take this hypodermic needle and I put it in the couch of the fucking suite.
Perfect.
And I into the finger and I call them, what the fuck is this place? Jesus fucking. And let me tell you how well I played this out. They're like, you need to go to the emergency and you got to get yourself on PrEP. You guys know what PrEP is, right?
It's hemorrhoid medication.
Preparation
No,
H,
no.
yeah.
So PrEP is a preventative medicine just in case you have HIV or you come into contact with somebody that has HIV. They can give you a pill. And it does incredible fucking damage to your liver and kidneys, if sometimes, but it will save you from contracting HIV, causing full blown AIDS. Right?
Wow, you could have had a great rest of your weekend then.
Well, so what I did, I had to like an old person in a fucking psych ward tongue that fucking pill and spit it out.
Oh my God.
I'm in a fucking Myrtle Beach hospital. All this just to not pay $500 in hotel fees. And it worked.
You're fucking
And they're
George
like,
Costanza.
It was amazing. And we got
Why
away
did
with
wait?
it.
Hold on. Why did you even like? Why didn't? So were the hotel people
never
like
told
there
this
watching
story.
you swallow the pill?
No. But you're there with the nurse and the doctor in the ER, and they know why you're there. So they're very fucking. They're like, oh my God, okay. And they're giving you the risks of what it is to take this medication, but the benefits outweigh the risk, and blah blah blah.
Just tell me you already have AIDS and walk out. Don't even.
My buddy's sitting
Yeah,
there. The
I'm with
guy,
James.
he's in awe. He's in awe. He's like, I can't believe I'm in a fucking Myrtle Beach emergency room at 10 o'clock on a Friday night, and you're pulling this. I'm like,
That's like
it's
the
$500 more for us to buy stun guns and booze. You know, like, fuck
dude.
you.
You're like you just took putting the hair in your own soup to a totally
Whole
other
new level.
Yeah.
That's what we used to do. We used to like, let's one up it. So one time we tried, let's try with pizza. So we like called like a Pizza Hut, and we're like, so that party order that you guys screwed up last week, listen, we'd like to try and, like take advantage of that manager's. We had fucking 100 wings, 3 pizzas. We had a whole hut. Didn't pay for a fucking thing. So we used to
Right.
always kind of one up each other. And this one, I was like, I got you, motherfuckers.
Oh, I thought you hit the guy with the stun gun in the neck and took the pizza. Never mind. Never mind.
It was something.
Ryan, the commitment to that, though, my question is, and I think James brought this up. It was,
Am I a sociopath? I think
no,
might
I don't
be.
care about
Yeah.
that. My question is, when he said, did the hotel staff physically come with you to the hospital? How
No,
could
no,
you
no.
not just leave there and go to a Wendy's and then come back?
Because just in case because there had to be a report. I didn't
Right.
know. I just like, we're gonna fucking play this out.
Amazing.
They footed.
I mean,
the bill
granted, yeah.
for the ER. They paid whatever, how many hundreds of dollars it was for me to go to ER.
hell.
They paid
When
for
you-
the entire thing.
So
And-
my
When you-
question
when you
is
told-
for all of you guys is: have you ever been in a country where you were not comfortable on the mean average? Like you're like, fuck, man, this is sketchy.
Yeah, United States several times.
Yeah, Chris, we talked about it. Chris, we talked about it a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago.
Seriously.
We talked
Did
about it
you
a
like?
couple,
Let's
couple
go down.
weeks ago.
Can we go down that path? Is that cool?
Yeah,
Let's
because
go down the list.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave
Let's
soon. I gotta jump. To Chris,
Right.
to your point, we talked about it a couple weeks ago on the Eager Beaver morning.
Yeah.
I was just in. You've been in the Middle East. I was just in Saudi Arabia.
How was that?
it was great.
Yeah, but
I
you were in
felt-
a good, nice part of Saudi Arabia.
No. I
weren't
was
you?
not. I was all over the place. What I'm saying, Ryan,
Oh.
is like I'm not saying it's all amazing, but they're certainly on a hell of a marketing campaign, aren't they?
Was there is there a beheading season in Saudi Arabia? Do they have
No.
like
chop block is the corner is not really a thing anymore. However,
Oh.
but I can tell you, like
Progress.
Lincoln, Nebraska or South Chicago, I wouldn't fucking
Yeah.
go outside in South Chicago.
Oh God, no!
Are you kidding me?
There was places on that path down to South Carolina where we got out to get gas and didn't
Tennessee.
realize we were in a quote unquote black neighborhood, right? And we're pumping gas and there's people staring at us like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And we're like, "Holy
We're
shit!"
Canadian.
And
Oh,
I'm
I
not
got one of
kidding. This
those.
was
Yeah.
so. This
We're
was
stupid.
no. So my brother, thankfully, my brother was with us on this trip. My brother's 6'8" and 320 something fucking pounds. He's like,
Yeah, Ryan's
yeah.
the little guy in his family, by
I
the
am
way.
right. So we walk into the restaurant, or no, sorry, into the gas kiosk, but there's also a restaurant in there that serves like fast food, and the person that's behind the 3 inches of plate glass taking the money for the gas is black. Everybody that's in the gas station is black because it is a black neighborhood, except for the girl that's behind the counter of the restaurant that's serving the fast food. And she sees us, and it was like Christmas. You should have seen her. Hello. We're like, yeah, no, she's happy. We got to get the fuck out of here. It's like we're the only other white people she's ever seen. Hi, we're from Canada, everybody. And we kept saying it out loud. We're like, we're just Canadian tourists passing through, getting some gas. And as soon as we said that, you saw everybody in the store and in the islands take it like a sigh of relief. It was almost like we were a threat because we were the white dudes in a place that normally white people didn't go.
But you know
And it's
what,
like,
Ryan?
Yeah.
as soon
I
as
have
they're like,
gotten-
and
I have
they
gotten
looked,
out
they
of
saw
shit.
our plates, and they went, "Oh, okay."
they thought you were
No,
cops?
Ontario.
They thought it was probably-
I have gotten out of that.
Yeah, it was fucking
stigma
weird.
in southern states where I'm in a black neighborhood and like you walk in and you hear the fucking record go across a needle.
Yeah,
like,
that's what it
jazz
was.
music. And suddenly they're looking at you go like, I'm Canadian. They're like, oh, fuck,
Yeah.
come on in.
Exactly.
Like,
And,
legit,
but you
man.
did. They literally looked.
It was
You
cool.
saw them like overtly bend over to look at the plate to make sure we
100%.
weren't
The
lying.
minute they knew I was Canadian,
Oh,
fucking
and then it was like
game
everybody
It
went on
happened
with
to
their
me-
day.
happened to me in Philadelphia. Happened to
Holy
me in Wilkes-Barre. I had to go from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, to Philadelphia to pick up something that was forgotten. So I'm in a brand new white
Coke?
van. No, but I was with an Irish tenor. Maybe it was Jameson. Anyways, I go rolling up. And I'm completely lost. I'm actually right on the edge of like where Maryland is, and
Yeah.
kind of in that area. And I pull off to the gas station, and I kind of walk out, and I go, I gotta get here. What do I do? And the guy behind the counter says, "You're gonna give me $50, and then that guy's gonna drive you out of here. Because if you go that way a block with that shiny white van, it's not coming back, and you're probably not coming either." And this was
Yeah.
sort of West Philly, and then the Fresh Prince thing came into my head. And West Philadelphia, I'm like, right,
Go to
here we
Bel Air.
Right. So it was a whole thing, and
Yeah.
I gave him $50, and it was literally like right and then on the highway. But it was like, get the fuck out, and that's
Yeah.
never happened to me anywhere else in the world other than America.
Other than America, and same goes for so same trip, not that, but like different occasion. Okay, we're in
This is
Charleston,
crazy.
North.
Can I interject for 1 second?
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah, for sure.
When you said that, I was thinking about what story am I going to tell next? I'm like, oh, same trip, Myrtle Beach. I have a second one too.
Well, this
So,
is
yeah,
it
go
because
ahead.
we used to go every year, sometimes twice, or we'd be going to Daytona or something, right? But
Yeah.
same trip, just different route. We're in Charleston, North Carolina, and we had like normally we drove all the way through, but sometimes depending on the days leading up to the trip, sometimes it's like, fuck, I can't, I'm not making it. Let's stay at a hotel. So we make it to North Carolina, Charleston, and I'm like, I'm fucking done. I can't drive anymore. Let's pull into this, whatever it was. Like it was Motel 6 or something stupid. We get there, and we're like, and the lady behind the desk is like, what do you want? And we're like, a room. They're like, not here. And like, it's empty. Like there's nobody here. He goes, you guys know where you are? Like, no. Well, I'm going to do you the biggest favor of your fucking life, and you're going to drive 50 miles south that way, and you're going to get yourself a room there. We're like,
Yeah.
oh shit. They're like, yeah, you guys are from, and I'm like, Canada. They're like, oh yeah, they'll see your plates. You're done. I'm like, oh fuck, okay, see you later. So the locals are really nice about it when they find out you're from out of town, thankfully. But you're right. I've never felt that way or had that experience in a foreign country ever.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
I had a bit of uncomfortable. We did South Africa on this last trip as well, and
Yeah.
the only thing was, especially Cape Town or it was Johannesburg. They're like, after nighttime, group of 10 at least, and we actually had a group of 10 coming back from a restaurant, and we had a handful of people around us that were following us, and we were like, maybe we should just get out of here. So it was a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyways, gents, I got a jet. James, thanks so much again. Chris, we'll talk soon. You're going to come on the show soon. All these guys have been on the show. It's great. Thank you very much. James, you're coming on the show soon. So
I am.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Brent.
I appreciate
You have
it.
a good
User.
night,
I
sir.
haven't
Hey,
heard
Brent.
Stay safe on your tour, buddy.
It's a bit of a user. I haven't heard any Brenton on the Lynn's report, but sure, I've done all your shows, but never
Brenton needs
anything
to
on
be
mine.
invited on the Lynn's
weird.
report.
Wow.
Brenton needs to be invited on the Lynn's report, and
in,
then he will
and in
be there.
music, political news, Stephen Harper hasn't sang in a while. Back to you, Ryan.
He is not.
Good to see you, pal.
Ginger out. See ya.
Thanks, buddy.
You believe that guy's like 58 years old?
Get the
Looks
fuck out of
good.
here.
No,
Are you
he's like
serious?
no, I'm
Is he
serious. He's like
58?
46. No, he's
You're
46.
fucking kidding me. He's
like
not
46 or
58.
47.
I'm 46.
Yeah, but can
Who's
you
the oldest
believe
guy
he-
on the show? I think I am.
Oh yeah, it's definitely you. You're like 62, 63,
I turn
right?
52 next month.
Oh,
I was just going to say 51. I really was.
52 in
fuck.
16 March, whatever that is.
Yeah, no.
Isn't
yeah,
that St. Patty's Day?
That's
The day before. And then the next
okay.
day I'll be following James P. White around and picking him up. So it's gonna be fun.
Well, it's like a pre-drink for St. Patty's.
Yeah,
your
it really
birthday.
is. Really
Yeah.
is.
It's been a pre-drink for Chris since like 1984. So let's all be honest.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Hopefully it hasn't been a pre-drink for Chris since about 6 months before it indicate a lot
let
of
me
things.
flip the previous question. What country did you think that you should have been good in and weren't?
America.
America. It always ends up there, doesn't it?
It really
Because
does.
that's my choice. I've been in a lot of shitty countries
Mm-hmm.
with a lot of shitty people, but the biggest fucking danger I've been in has been in certain places in the United States. Not
You've
all.
been in theater of war in multiple places,
Yeah.
and you still pick America. That's my
I
favorite
do.
part of
I
this.
do. And I had Americans educate me like, don't go here. And
Yeah.
unlike my Belize City story earlier, where I said, fuck it, we're going. I actually listened to them. I went,
Yeah.
okay, if these
Yeah.
guys, and these are American military guys who I serve with, right? They're like,
Yeah.
you fucking do not go there. I'm going, wow. Okay, sure. Does it come to this? Because if they were in Canada, I go like, yeah, you don't want to go to Regina. It's a shithole. Sorry for anybody in Regina listening. I grew up there a little bit for a little while.
Experience Regina.
Right? He knows the song.
I do. Have you seen that? Holy fuck.
Oh my god! You
Regina.
fucking live in Hamilton, Ontario, and you know the fucking
Experience
Regina song.
Regina. Oh yeah,
You know
you're
what I
goddamn
mean? So
right. We
it's
do.
Yeah, but
I
yeah,
should pull that up.
I had American
pull it up.
people telling me to not to go to certain cities and or communities. I'm like, holy fuck, guys!
James,
get
have
some
you not
problems.
seen the Regina fucking?
Dude, I used to live in Weyburn,
Did
Saskatchewan.
you pull it up?
Oh yeah, I'll pull it
Did you
up.
live in Weyburn, James? Okay, Ryan. If you
Well,
can
longest
find
year
it-
of my
You
life,
work on that.
Chris.
You guys work. You guys talk.
No
I'll
shit,
find
dude.
it.
Dude, I was a reporter.
Yeah,
I was
Weyburn. It's like
I was a reporter for the Weyburn Review
really.
in 2006, I think.
And how
Maybe
long were you there?
2005. A year.
Because that's like a border
Longest
town,
you-
right? Weyburn's near the border, isn't it?
It's about 40 minutes or something like
Yeah,
that.
because I was
Estevan,
born in
Weyburn and
Estevan.
Estevan
Yeah,
are kinda
Estevan,
close,
Estevan.
yeah.
I had an uncle who worked for border control, and it was like,
Dude, it was the
like,
worst town
fucking
ever.
good.
It was the worst town ever. There were more churches than people there for one thing,
Yes.
for some reason.
for sure, 100%. It's like,
And so I was a reporter. I only lasted about 3 months as a reporter. I got fired for the dumbest thing. Like I wanted to. They hated me because I was from Toronto, right?
Yeah.
I kind of actually. This is a funny story. I had
worked for the
nothing.
leader post from Regina.
No, I did a freelance piece for them once, but that's it. But I was I was like living in a shared accommodation in Toronto. I think I was 29 or something. I was still getting over a horrible relationship a year and a half later, and I was just like, man, I had nothing. I watched. Remember The Greatest Canadian? Remember that
Yep.
thing?
I do. Yeah.
So
I got it.
So Tommy Douglas wins, and I Google Tommy Douglas, and I found out that he was from Weyburn.
What?
So then I
I did
applied
not
for a
know
job. Then I applied for a job in Weyburn when I saw a reporter at the local paper job, and then I found out that one of my best friends who moved away the year before lived in fucking Weyburn. So
Kiefer Sutherland's dad, right?
that's correct,
Yeah.
granddad. I think.
Granddad, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I didn't even wait to get the job. Told I had the interview. I was like, okay. So then I was like, what do I do here? And I was like, I'm just going to move to Weyburn, and then go to the interview and just assume that I got the job. So in the interview, I'm like, the interview is going well, and they're like, so how do you feel like you're going to adjust if you move to Weyburn? I'm like, I moved to Weyburn last week.
Oh my God.
And they're like, why did you do that? And I'm like, I just had a really good feeling, and hopefully you have the same good
You're the
feeling about
first
me.
guy
Blah,
I
blah.
ever heard of that said, I'm moving to Weyburn.
Are you
Right?
Are you ready for this?
Well, hold on. I want to finish the
Okay.
story.
Yeah. Finish. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
And so I get to so they give me the job. I get to Weyburn. Everyone in the fucking office hates me. Also, I'm so stupid because it's minus 50 there in the winter. I moved there in January. Okay. And it's like,
Oh my God, from
yeah,
Toronto.
yeah. So the wind chill's like minus 50 the day I get there. And anyway, but I don't have a car. And so I'm walking the 20-minute walk to work every day with like a leather jacket, and they're all like, and I get there and I'm like Jack Frost, and face is all blotchy and shit. And they're like, oh, like, why? Like, yeah. It was just a 20-minute walk. They're like, bro, you walked? I'm like, actually, sorry, not bro. They're like, you what? I don't even know what a Saskatchewanian accent sounds like. But anyway, so they didn't like me. And then one day I got a media pass, and I was the only small paper to get a media pass to go see Bill Clinton speak in Regina. And he was speaking about oil and gas. And Weyburn is an oil and gas town.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't tell them, but I secured the media pass. I sweet talked the person on the phone. I played the oil and gas thing or whatever. And they're like, well, it's just going to be you, CBC, the Leader, Post, Global, CTV, and you. I was like, okay, good.
And the
Right?
Weyburn Gazette.
And the Weyburn Review, right? So I'm like, okay, let's do it. Good, close, right? And so I tell them 2 days before, I'm like, I call a meeting. And they're like, you're calling a meeting? Oh, check out Toronto calling the meeting, right? And I'm like, I'm just fucking, whatever. So they sit down, and it's a couple that owns it. There's like a man and wife or whatever, and or man and wife. What the fuck am I talking about? Like it's husband and wife, but the wife keeps the husband's
Cousins. They were cousins. Come on.
yeah, probably. They met at Presbyterian Cafeteria Day or something, right?
That's right.
But the wife kept his testicles in her purse, right? Like she ran everything. So I sit down with the two of them, and they're like co-publishers, and she's the editor, right? And he's not allowed to do anything without her permission. And I tell them about what I just told you, and they're like, and they literally said this. She's looking at her nails. She's like, I don't know, honey, isn't he supposed to be covering the grade 1 floor hockey game that day? And he's like, yeah, let me just check, honey. And yeah, he is. And I looked at her, and I was just like, it took me so much strength to not go like this.
Funny.
Fucking, right? Like,
Bill Clinton.
what the fuck? So I say to him, like, okay, so I told him what other media is going to be there, and then us. I'm like, Bill Clinton's talking about the number 1 resource in town.
Yeah.
And I really think I should go. And they're like, James, the schedule's got to remain the same. And so that's it. And so I literally just stand up and I'm like, okay. I walk out. It was like a Tuesday.
Reminds
then-
me of something, eh, Chris?
Yeah. And then I call in sick on Thursday. Which is the day of the. Do you guys need a moment?
No, that's fine. Sorry.
We're good. Keep going.
You got
keep
to
going.
tell me why you were laughing at afterwards. But
No,
so,
I need to know how the hell you even got to where you are.
It's like a Lachlan story.
is this not entertaining for you? Well, then fuck it.
No, James, it's fucking unbelievable.
No,
that
it's
you're in
fucking
this
insane.
situation.
Okay, good.
I
hope it's not
never
boring.
saw
No,
this
it's
story
not.
coming. I need to hear the whole.
Okay.
That's it.
So on Tuesday they tell me that. I get up and I'm like, thank you for your time, fuckface, right? And I leave. I didn't say that. I said it in my head several hundred times, right? But then on Thursday, the day of the Bill Clinton thing, I just called in sick. I was just like, yeah, I'm sick. And I go to Regina. My buddy drives me there, and I go into I can't remember the name of it. It's like convention hall that's named after an energy company or something. Encana Center, that sounds something like that?
Probably
Anyways.
one of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Enercare?
So,
The Enercare
No.
Center?
Primerica. So anyway, so I get there and I go in, I get my pass. Bill Clinton does his thing, and I didn't realize that all of the members of the press get a question. And I was like, and I found out I got a question. So I asked what I thought was the softball question, and I'm just like, how do you think the industry is going to have to balance, excuse me, economic sensibility with environmental sustainability, something like that, right? And he was like, well, that's the $1 million question, right? Like he was just, and then he fucking answered the question using Weyburn in his answer. Okay.
So you became the Weyburn hero, man.
Yeah.
I maybe I should have.
Could have
But
been.
then I go back. I do like 1,500 words. I like polish the shit out of it, edit it. I go back on Friday, and I'm like, I call it another meeting, right? And I'm like, and actually no, I think I just emailed it to them, whatever. And they call me into their office, and I go into their office, and I'm just like, and I'm all proud of myself. I'm thinking that they're going to be like, what? We doubted you, but they're like, James, what is this? And they hand the sheet, and I'm just like, well, funny story. I wasn't sick. I went to the thing and I wrote that, and I believe, that you guys, I thought you guys would be really pleased. If you look at paragraph 4, he uses Weyburn in sentence, right? Like, this is what I'm trying to cross to them. I at that point, I'm like, are these people just monkeys? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Right. And so they're like, we're going to have to talk about this. So that night I go get drunk at the local bar, and there's a cop there. And I know he's a cop because he came into the newspaper, 2 weeks earlier or whatever. And we talked for like 10 minutes, and he's wearing street clothes, and he's clearly dealing cocaine, right? like I know, cause I bought some.
It's a side hustle.
Right? Yeah,
Leave him alone.
He need a side gig, man.
Right, but anyways, I bought some. But then I was like, he was selling to like kids, like seriously, like I don't know how old these kids look like they were underage. Saskatchewan's the like land of underage drinking in bars, like it really is. Like there's so many underagers there. Anyways, so I go back to the paper. Okay, this is like 3 days after the Clinton thing on the Monday, and I'm like, I have a great story. They're like, what's that? And I'm like, there's a cop in this
Bill
town.
Clinton.
Yeah, there's a cop in this town dealing cocaine to like kids. And they're like, how do you know? And I'm like, because I bought cocaine from him, right? but when it came out of my mouth,
Like, nah, you can't do that.
when it came out of my mouth, I thought that they would understand, even though that's not the way it was. I snorted the shit out of that cocaine. That I thought that they'd be like, oh, investigative journalism. He knows firsthand that he buy cocaine from a cop.
For sure.
And when I say it, they're like, you saying Derek?
Fuck
And I'm
off.
like,
they knew who it was.
He's my cousin.
I got fired on the spot.
Wow, shut the fuck
Up.
up.
Are
I
you
got-
serious?
On the spot, they fired me.
What
And
year
I was
was
like,
that?
On.
what's that?
What year was that?
2005 or 6. I think it was 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy
You were-
shit,
so you
dude.
were there, how long were you there end to end?
I was at the newspaper just shy of 3 months.
There's the TSN turning point of that fucking story. Holy
Fucking no
shit.
shit, man.
That's right. Fired right on the spot. James, how dare you get a secure media pass that's a circulation of 1,000 thing? This newspaper doesn't deserve a media pass. And then find out that a cop is dealing coke to teenagers. How dare you, sir? You're a journalist, not a journalist. Like, I'm
It's like a fucking episode of Kingstown.
So,
yeah.
so it doesn't surprise me
Wow.
that their
Not
tourism board,
surprised, though. I'm not surprised.
that their tourism board puts out stuff like this.
Oh, right.
No, this is important.
East James, you think?
This is 1970s production.
Could wrap
right here.
anything.
Regina, experience Regina, Regina.
Oh my God.
This isn't real. There's no way this is real.
Oh, this is a real fucking thing.
This is spoof.
There you go.
Regina.
That's my old house.
Regina. Regina.
That's Airwolf.
That's his band.
Regina is the capital city of Saskatchewan with around 200,000 people and a devotion to ecology that has resulted in a system of over 100 parks. City Hall is part of a cluster of modern buildings in the downtown area. It's a highly
I hope my
livable
shower
city
rod
that
is strong
pulses
enough
with
for
the
what I
energy
wanna
of
do
dynamic business leaders. Museums like the Regina Plains Museum preserve and interpret the cultural, social, and economic
Highest
development
level
of
of
the
suicide
area.
per capita.
Who needs a plain Regina, anyways?
There's some bass. Fuck yeah, get it. Solo.
Yeah.
Break it down now.
This is
Yo,
not a
imagine
fucking
if-
video.
my name is Regina, and I'm here to say, party all night and a party all day. Pop, pop chips, pop, pop, pop chips, pop chips, pop, pop, pop chips.
Look at these guys go. Yeah.
Regina.
Oh, there's the guy that James bought Coke from.
Experience Regina. Experience Regina.
I'll tell you guys right now.
Experience Regina.
Oh, I love that. Not him.
Regina.
Bruce.
Experience Regina. Regina.
How did it explain that graph that you saw earlier? So the United
is.
States Witness Protection Program, 96% of anybody in WITSEC in the United States goes to Regina because nobody,
Wood sucking?
no one is
What?
looking for them there.
Did you say wood sucking?
No, WITSEC, man. Witness
Okay, I thought you
WITSEC.
said the wood sucking
Witness-
went to
yeah.
a Regina. So I
Well,
thought
they
it was
might be
weird.
there too, but like okay, let's
Be right
say
back.
you let's say you're in Chicago, the Chicago Mafia, and you fucking rat.
Whoa. There's no dude.
Okay.
Let's just get that straight. Okay, go ahead.
The whatever. If I'm gonna rat on somebody and I need to go into witness protection, they go, well, we can send you to California or Wisconsin or Ohio. I'm like, fuck that shit. Send me to Regina, man. No one is looking there. No one.
I don't know about that. Even if they're just passing through Regina, they could be 200 miles away and still see you. You know,
That's a good point. That's a good
It's
point.
hard to-
Actually,
it's hard to hide there.
Saskatoon, so to be fair to Saskatchewan, in case anybody's watching, I'm from Saskatchewan. I was born there, as most Albertans were. Saskatoon's
What?
a nice city. Saskatoon's a beautiful city. It
Most
really is.
Albertans were born in Saskatchewan.
Oh, 100%. No one's
Why?
from Alberta. They're fucking from Saskatchewan. They came to Alberta.
Oh, now Alberta as a province has something in common with Toronto, the city. Then
Yeah, I think it might.
almost no one that you meet in Toronto is from there. You're usually
Really?
from the surrounding suburbs, right?
Yeah,
But
like
not-
to be fair to everybody watching right now, like as an Albertan, fucking, I don't know a lot about Ontario, and most of you people don't know a lot about Alberta except for what you hear. And
Hey,
so
like,
I
we're all
assume-
the same. We're all, actually,
No, we are all the
Saskatchewans
same.
Saskatchewanians are actually awful, but like,
Yeah, they're different. But I assumed that most people from Toronto are like from Toronto. So you're telling me that's not quite the case? Is that true?
no, most people like there's like a cliche in Toronto or whatever that people gravitate towards, which is almost nobody from Toronto is from Toronto.
Really?
That's just and it's like there's a lot of immigrants there for one thing, and there's a lot of people that moved there
Yeah.
from the surrounding suburbs. So it's like it's probably I bet you it's like 70% of the people that live in Toronto are probably not from Toronto proper.
And is that
They're probably
okay?
from
So what
outside.
about GTA? Like everything around that?
Well, technically,
Yeah,
I'm
that's where a lot of them are
GTA.
from.
You are
Technically.
considered GTA, yeah.
Yeah, well,
GTA?
GTHA they call it. Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's
there's a
it's
new
the golden
gate,
horseshoe. It's the
GTA.
golden horseshoe.
H-gate. Sorry, I hate that gate thing. Can I want to go? Can we go back to the America thing for a second? Because
Yeah, it's your show.
yeah, because I want to. First of all, I have two stories.
I have a question before you move
Please,
on, though.
go ahead.
Sorry,
Please.
I just want one quick question. I promise it's fast. Do you guys think Scott Moe fucks his wife to that Experience Regina song?
Do I think what?
Scott Moe, Premier of Saskatchewan. Do you think he?
I'll tell you, I'll
fucks
meet you in the middle. I bet she
his
falls
wife?
asleep while he's fucking her to that song. Is
You
that
think so?
fair? Yeah.
Well, it is 2.5 minutes long.
Is that
Listen,
seriously?
all I know about Scott Moe is that whatever he's doing, he's probably killing it. You know,
All right.
if you don't get that at home,
He's
he's
looking-
looking person.
to be
Looking
fair to
over,
Saskatchewan
looking over
before
the
we move
fence
on.
and just
Saskatchewan is legitimately the only province in this country, I swear to God, that is
shaped like a cracker and made of.
it
things that
is,
you make
it
cracker
is,
with.
but it's like
made of crackers.
we don't give a
They're so
flying
cracker.
fuck what Canada's doing. We're never in the news. No one cares about us. It's like Alberta, BC, Manitoba falls into that shithole category too, and it's Ontario fucking east. But it's not like in the news today in Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan people, like most of my family lives there. I'll be honest, and they don't give a flying fuck what's going on in Canada. They're living in their own sphere, and they're happy. They're happy. Well, we're all running around going, bah, fucking blah blah blah.
Yeah,
People in Saskatchewan, they're sipping fucking Crown Royal. and
it's
Coke.
true.
They're drinking Pilsner. They're fishing for walleye up. in
Drinking and
fucking,
driving, killing broads.
Waskesiu,
no
drinking and
bigs.
driving.
Using
And
the
not
N word.
fuck.
Using the N word.
They don't
When I
use
lived there,
the
when
N-word, man.
I was a bartender at Smitty's, right? You can imagine how that was. It was like this.
Your side hustle was a bartender at Smitty's while you worked for the Weyburn Gazette. You know, you can
Review.
swap at any time.
Well, listen, so I was moonlighting as a bartender, but then I really needed the job because I got fired. And it's not really Smitty's; it's attached to Smitty's. It was called something else, I think, but it was owned by the same thing. But there was a guy Bopper, and Bopper was one of those guys that I don't even know what his real name was, but he was one of those guys that like graduated high school. Hey, what's up? My name is Bopper. Yeah. So Bopper is one of those guys. When he turned 18, he went out of high school, immediately started working in the oil and gas industry, making like $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
Right? And he was like 29 or something when I met him, and I was around the same age, I think. And so for 3 months, this guy Bopper would sit at the bar, and it wasn't a very deep bar, so I literally loved like taking a handkerchief and just polishing a glass because I knew they did that in movies. Like I just did that, right? And so that's right. You guys want a glass that's spotted or not spotted? Oh, spotted, please. Sounds fancy.
That's extra flavor.
Yeah, that's right. That'll be 25 cents a spot. So Bopper's sitting there one day, and for like 3 months, whatever, I get to know him, and he's kind of dumb, but he's funny, and it's okay, right? Like, and he talks about work a lot, whatever, drinks like 2 pitchers of beer by himself over a period of like 45 minutes, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden one day there's a jukebox in it, and we got a bunch of new music in it, and so I put on it. It was remember the Bob Marley hip hop album that was like Bob Marley remixes with all these rappers.
Yep.
So I think I put the Biggie Small Marley track on, whatever that one was, and I go back to the bar, and I'm not going to even quote the word. It goes like this. He stops drinking, and he's as pensive as Bopper could get, right?
Oh,
right?
come on.
And he goes like this. Are you an N-word lover?
Oh, shit.
And I was like, oh, yeah, I am. Yeah, that's right. And he like gets up and stumbles, and he goes to change the song. You can't change the song. You just wait. You know what I mean? But you know what? I don't believe in karma, but I believe in the greatest coincidences of all time, because he put a quarter in, and he's like, why want the song change? And I'm like, because it allows, get this, the selection to play and finish before the next song starts, right? So he puts on some cowboy shit, and like my song's still going, and he just grabs his coat and he's like, I'm out of here. And as he bumps into his bar stool, a wad of 20s falls out of his pocket. And I just keep polishing the glass, watch.
Good.
Okay, Bopper, I'll see you later. And then that was my tips for the night. It was great. Like, I took that money.
So James, I have to ask a question.
Sure.
So your first experience in Western Canada is fucking Weyburn, Saskatchewan. Is that correct?
My first experience of living somewhere, I had been to Vancouver and a bunch of places in BC before that.
Okay, so I guess that's what I have to ask. What's your overall experience with Western Canada? Have you been to Alberta, BC?
I've been to Calgary a bunch of times. I worked there.
Beautiful city.
For,
yeah. We're up there.
Surprisingly, like it was less noticeably conservative than like it wasn't.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
Calgary's really liberal, isn't it?
well, the
No,
conservatives, the
Edmonton's
conservative,
more liberal, but yeah.
the conservatives in Calgary that I spoke with, it wasn't like you could guess that they were like some hardcore conservative. And even when they were so conversationally competent that it wasn't really noticeable.
So most major corporation headquarters are out of Calgary, Alberta. So what you're talking about is right center, which isn't a thing anymore.
Yeah, it's hard
Left
to find.
center, which used to be a thing. And I know we've talked about this in the past. There's no left center, right center anymore. But if you talk to educated fucking guys in Calgary, Alberta, they work oil and gas. They're right center people. They're not the stereotype that we like to make fun of. And I do the same thing. I love to make fun of my own province because it's easy. But there you. Well, that's fucking New. That's fucking New Brunswick, buddy.
It's Edmonton. I was there. Don't lie
Yes,
to me.
you were. I honestly,
that's an elevator in Scarborough.
It really
I know
is.
what that is.
no,
Trailer
most
Park
of those
Boys.
guys are right center guys. I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're like the conservatives in Saskatchewan. Once you start talking to them, you realize that they're complete psychopaths, right? Like
They're different.
Dude. My top 10 list of heinous Canadians are all from Saskatchewan. You know, I there because the greatest Canadian, and I left knowing the worst of them. You know, like
in Canada.
oh my
Come
god,
from the 306.
yeah, like from shooting coyotes for drinking game, right? And like that kind of, it was just awful. Yeah, but I lived in Bella Coola, British Columbia for a stint, which was awesome. You know,
Where the hell
great.
is that? You have to educate people on where that is because I have no idea.
I would say the southern tip of the Queen Charlotte Islands off the coast of BC.
So you're
No. Across from that on the mainland.
Okay, calm down.
It's like a bay town. No, I just didn't want to mislead anyone.
Oh, so you're
What do
up
you mean?
near Zabellas.
I just asked for a pillow.
I know where that is.
Are you gonna play Biggie Smalls again?
Yeah.
I know where that is. So you've been around the block and decided I got to go back to Ontario because Western Canada's fucking not for me.
Yeah, I just it's
Let's
a little.
go. Your brother's here. I'm here. Like, what do you? What's?
You know what? So
It's
here's
cliquish.
a funny.
It's
thing.
a little
This is
cliquish.
a funny story, and actually, Ryan, you can appreciate this because you know my brother. So
Guys,
my
can
brother.
I excuse myself for 1 second? I'm just gonna go and
Go do your thing because we'll have this conversation.
Yeah. Actually,
Ryan knows my brother, and I know my brother.
Well, now I can actually say this because I no longer work for that corporation.
That's
I
correct.
won't name it.
So,
I won't name it, but I used to
He
work.
was out here a couple months ago. And
Your
he's
brother
gone.
was a VP at one of the corporations that I worked
Still
at,
is.
which was
And,
such a small world thing. Yeah, it was really cool.
So he comes back to Alberta. He moved to Ontario last August, and I know my brother. He's like me. But he's smart. He's open minded. So he moved out there, and I had this fucking perception of what he was gonna say. And when he came back, and he goes, "You know what? I don't hate it out there. I don't mind it at all."
Yeah.
Does he like Toronto proper? No.
No, he
But
lives
no-
in a
but
nice
no one
part
does.
though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's finally found a house that he's happy with up north, a fucking hour drive in. But he loves Lake Country. He loves the fact that Ontario.
Well, he's an hour to the office and an hour to
Yeah.
Lake Country, which is really where
loves
he is
Ontario
perfect.
actually gets 4 seasons,
Yeah.
where in Alberta we get 1.5.
Yeah, exactly.
At best. So I said, "Well, are you going to move back?" And this is not a bullshit bit.
Yeah.
For you guys watching, my brother, he's going to stay there forever. Well, okay, not forever. He's going to stay there for a while, longer than I thought.
Yeah.
I think he'll come back because his kids are out here. But right now, he's like, you know what? Ontario is a pretty fucking cool place. Except the people are cunts. But outside of that, he likes it.
Yeah.
Kidding.
And
You're not cunts.
What's not to like though? Like we have a
Listen.
good time here.
We love in Western Canada. If all you people, I know most of the people watching this right now from Ontario. Like, trust
A
me.
lot of them are. There's
Not everybody out here is a fucking hillbilly redneck, fucking Daniel Smith, blah blah blah.
I loved my
I
time
think we
in Edmonton.
transcended those bridges. And not everybody out there is a fucking low fat macchiato Starbucks skinny jean wearing fucking asshole that lives in a condo that their dad paid for. I get that.
Yeah, of course.
So I think we can agree.
No, I had a great time. It was not.
You had a great time when I came to visit. You had a great time.
Oh yeah, you had a good time and you were here. But
100%.
we didn't really have a lot of time to do like Ontario-y things. Well, we did at least get to go to the biggest tourist attraction in Trap.
That was
you got to
plastic,
do
man.
that.
But I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
We had fun.
but
I'm
we had a
coming out
good
again.
time.
I'm going to come out again,
Good.
probably in June, and I think you and Ash need to come out like August, September.
We're planning on it. We have some ideas in the works for
We'll figure it
for
out.
a summer
We'll
trip
figure it
out to see you guys. And,
Yeah, man.
because I had such a good time when I was there, and it was too short, and we had a lot going on. Like that was a big
Sure.
weekend that I was
No,
there. It was
there's
Labor
a few.
Day,
There's a few things we should cover.
of course.
Yes, most of us do drive pickup trucks out here. That's not a fucking lie.
I got
It's like-
I got the Berta Chariot when I got to the airport. It was great.
Single vehicle occupants for no reason going to the same location as 4 other guys. Fuck that. I'm taking my truck and I'm going.
Yep.
Yeah, we do that. Yeah, we eat a lot of red meat. Yeah, we drink a lot of I don't know. But I'll tell you what, man, I've seen fucking bigger rednecks in Ontario. If you just leave the
Big
GTA,
time. Oh my
there's some
God, for
hard hitting
sure.
rednecks in Ontario, man.
Yeah.
I think
Oh, yeah.
I think all Canadians are the same at heart.
Yeah.
Fucking
Hi,
who
James.
do we got there?
Porch
He's
James.
out having a fatty, man. Porch James.
That's right.
It's fun.
Hey, how you doing, everybody? I'm Porch James.
Porch James.
You know who else is here?
In from the shadows.
You know who
Phones
else is
aren't
here?
actually bad. Our phones aren't bad. You can use phones for restream. What the fuck?
Oh my God, I love that young lady.
Hello,
My wife is here. Ashley
James.
Lindley joins us on the
Hi,
panel.
Ashley.
James. You should be
Hi,
wearing
Ash.
gloves. Hi, how are we? How are we doing?
I'm not wearing gloves. I'm not pussy.
You should be.
James looks like he's in the fucking Blair Witch Project, man. Like he's gonna get scared really quickly.
Start
I am.
running and sweating and snotting. Do it. Be afraid.
It is Blair. It is very Blair. Very
Yeah.
Blair.
He looks
Witchy.
at Blair Witch as
He
fuck,
does.
dude.
See his oh my
Oh,
God, there
shit,
it
that's
is.
worse.
Yep.
Turn that
was
light off.
it.
That was very
You're too-
Blair Witchy.
You're too white. Turn it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. There's
I
the
was
only
really white.
the only light
Yeah,
is
but-
the cast of the moon that's on him right now.
That's actually the cast of
He's smoking a reefer.
Okay.
I have to go get a beer and and have a quick dart here. How long?
All
is
right.
it?
my house, everybody.
No, we're
Oh,
we
this
go-
is-
we
this is
usually go
going,
all
buddy.
night. Yeah. So you
Oh, good.
you come and go as you please, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very
I have
casual.
no
Casual
life.
Friday.
Hey, give me 2 minutes, troops. I'm gonna go have a smoke.
All right, we'll pull you out. And actually, Christy's here. Let's pull Christy in. Hey, Christy.
Bonjour.
Hi, Christy.
Harvey Chris just left. Look.
Oh, look, Chris. Chris, look it. Hang
Oh,
on
here
before
we
you
go.
go. Look what she's.
Christy!
Look at this.
Okay, so I sold one
Hold on. What
hoodie and
fucking
made
store do you
$30
think you're on,
here.
Christy? Jesus. Like,
She's a fucking gem, man. Thank you for buying that
There you
one
go.
hoodie. I made $3
Oh.
to give to the Veterans Association Food Bank.
Hang on.
It is what it is.
guys, after a year of merch, Lachlan sent me my my money, and it was $12.
I got $3, dude. So it feels like we need to market things differently. So I want to thank Christy for buying a Fire
There.
for Effect hoodie.
Look at that.
Yeah, she's the only person. Okay, right. That's free shit that you're
Yeah,
wearing.
you gave it to me. I didn't pay for it.
That's why I'm not talking about mine. I love my free shit. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy.
That
You
is
were the
all.
fucking only person. And I'll on this media right now. So for the $3 that you raised me, I'm gonna
How am I
fucking
doing
add
that?
$100 to that and kick it in.
What the fuck is going on?
Look
I
at
actually
this.
didn't know. I didn't know you were going to be on
Leave
here,
him
so
there.
it's just a fluke that I was wearing this sweater today.
I'm
Nicely
2
done.
people, guys.
Leave him there.
How the
Leave
fuck-
him
See,
there for the
now-
show, please.
Now I'm afraid. Now there's a horror movie happening. I don't like this.
Leave him there for the show.
You know what? That's just Saucy Sea Witch. Don't worry about it.
That's
It's fine.
very weird.
The double James. That's funny.
See if I can make that face. Hold on.
Be right back. Punch me out, boy.
All right, yeah. See you when you get back.
Is it? What's the face like?
It looks like you're saying thistle.
Saying the.
Fit.
Oh, it died.
Duh.
It just died.
Wow.
That was pretty weird.
Wow.
Well, there
That's
we
like
go.
that's like hearing your voice on tape for the first time, and
Ugh.
you're not hearing anything.
Ugh.
I don't know.
What was that? What does that even mean?
That was stoned. That was stoned.
Stone James.
Yeah.
It's like when
That's,
you
you know,
record
Porch
your
James
own
is
voice,
Stone
but
James.
you can't hear your own voice.
Whoa.
For the
Was that a
record,
haiku?
Oh my God, my daughter wrote something like yesterday, like she's 6 and she didn't get any help. And it was something like, "You are the brightness inside me, the rainbow in my heart." And I was
That's
like,
delightful.
"Oh my God, did you really write that?" And she dictated it and I wrote it. And I was like, "What the hell?" And she looked at me, she's like, "Do you like my song, Daddy?" And I'm like,
Yes.
that's fucking it? Jesus Christ, you quitter, you know?
Yeah.
No, just kidding, I didn't say it.
Well, no,
More.
that's.
I hugged her
literally-
and I was just like, "Oh my God." Like, I
That's
was really,
literally rap
okay.
today. You just have to write 4 words and just keep saying them over and over. It's fine.
Cheer. Cheer. Oh, cheer.
Where's my wife?
Oh.
Where'd she
Yeah.
go?
She left. You.
Yeah, apparently. Why?
Oh, there she is.
Okay.
Are
You look
fucking
like you
things
did in
around
high
over
school
there?
right now, don't you, Ashley? Is that your high school look? No?
No, not really.
You weren't a toque girl in high school? I had you for a toque girl for some reason.
No, she was like,
I was a freak, but
Hanging out with the hacky sackers in the swing area.
oh, do I got to go
Yeah.
find the pictures?
yeah, I was definitely in the smoking area. But I was a group traveler. I was friends with everybody. I was very outgoing.
You were socially promiscuous.
Sure.
Socially, I'm not saying
He was a
anything.
boy, she was a girl. Couldn't she make it any more obvious?
Shut up, Brian.
I don't know what that means either.
I dyed
She
my
used to
hair
be-
black underneath before that bitch did it, and it was
Yeah,
cool.
she was mistaken.
Oh,
for
Avril Lavigne?
Avril Lavigne a lot. Yeah, she
Didn't
used
you
to wear
have sex with
ties,
her?
too.
You had sex with her, Ryan, didn't you? Something like that?
oh
No,
my
that-
god.
No,
Just kidding. No, you
Don't
saw her
lie,
boobs.
I'd be excited.
Whose boobs
not
did
no,
you
to
see?
that
be
was
honest.
no, that
Nelly
was
Furtado.
Nelly Furtado. Yeah,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
yeah.
So, and that's
If you say for titties, you'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Nelly for titties.
See?
that's
a-
very
something we
misogynistic,
say-
everybody.
That's something we say around this house a lot.
I said it. Fuck you.
Exactly.
Did you guys end up watching The Whale?
Not yet.
Oh my God.
I think that might be a tomorrow adventure. We're both on.
That was such a good movie. Like you could smell Brendan Fraser. You could smell
No,
him.
thank you. Because I've seen pictures.
but
of
you
what
have to
you're talking
understand-
about, and I don't want to smell that.
Yeah. No, but I know you don't. But you can
Wasn't he
smell.
like
You know
Encino
that.
Man or something?
You know the ass smell, like
Yeah.
you know, like homeless people, like kind of like in a bus shelter smell.
Fuck. Yeah.
You could. You could. It was like I was watching Smell-O-Vision.
Here we are.
It was. It was really like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
10:30.
What?
That's something, eh?
What's wrong? What did I say?
Something. Nothing.
said you could smell
and
stuff?
everything.
10:30. What
Chris,
does that mean?
Chris will tell us. Chris will tell us what.
10:30.
You guys talking about bus shelters?
Yeah, we were
That
just
ass
talking
smell?
about that. Well, the whale with Brendan Fraser, this movie, and James said you can smell him through the screen like a homeless guy in a bus shelter. And I said, well, they have the LRT in Edmonton. Maybe Chris can
Well, that's a dangerous fucking place, man. You'll get stabbed in there.
LRT stands for Let's Relax, Tony.
No, I take the LRT with keys in every single hand, so I'm ready.
Oh yeah, because you're from there too, right? So you know, that's right.
I know.
You take the fucking
And I'm-
LRT? Are you out of your mind? Like, why would you do that? Call it a fucking Uber, man.
Isn't there an LRT
I
in
have
Toronto?
never-
There is.
Yeah, it's with the
It's like where
whatever.
Scarborough. It goes to Scarborough.
Do you know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
So in
Or
2008,
it's supposed to.
I did the scenes
Oh
of
my
crime
God.
officer course of the Toronto Police Service, and I could not fucking believe it was like a fucking a cop show, like how bad shit is in major cities in this country. It was unfucking believable, man. I could not believe it. 6 weeks in Toronto with the cops. It was like fucking wow.
What do you, Ashley? What
I'm
do you
so
do? Are you giving
confused.
us like home and garden tour or
Yeah,
the house
100%.
upstairs?
The dog. Remember we talked about where you're gonna put that cord so the dog wouldn't fuck with it.
Because he's doing
He
it
just
now?
came and laid down right on top of it, and I'm like, okay,
He's
that's
just keeping it
Charlie's on
warm.
the show.
Yeah, he's down here, but he just laid right on the charger and just
What's
like
all the-
spun
with all that light? It
everything.
looks
Maybe,
like time back there.
maybe he's just a little wired.
Watch this. I'll fix that, Chris. Watch, I can do it
It's
from my
very
phone.
sweet, but damn.
Everyone missed my cord joke. Maybe he's a little wired.
Oh,
I work hard on these dad jokes. James, best Vinderview ever tonight. Worst casual Friday of all time.
Where'd she go?
why does Ashley keep leaving?
Let's not talk about it,
Oh
so
my
that the people on
God.
Spotify get needlessly confused.
Charlie.
Look at that.
Let's
Oh my
make this
God,
easy
stop
for the people on
touching stuff.
Spotify.
How did the light turn off?
That's
What's
me.
going on?
I'm fucking with
He's
it.
got the he's got the clapper, man, from the 80s. He just did
That's
No, I have the clap,
Isn't
and
that
it's,
an STD?
it's hanging around since the 80s.
oh.
Ew. But nicely done.
STD stands for Stop Tony Don't.
Ashley, did you guys? So when you met Ryan, did you guys go do like a mandatory STD check on each other?
No.
Really?
No.
I did a manual one.
Ew.
It didn't come out like crazy glue. I'm good.
Holy fuck, wow.
I'm so sorry.
No, I had this girlfriend in the 90s.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Carry on, dear.
Yeah.
It would have been like
That
Seinfeld.
sounds like a hard
season
pivot to
3.
me.
It would have been Seinfeld season 5.
Regina.
When she goes- She said, before we have sex, you need to go get an STD test. And so I
Got
went-
one. Sorry.
and of course, I got this old British woman because why wouldn't I? You know what I mean?
Of course you would.
So,
Is that a type of STD?
Yeah.
I got old British
I
woman.
got
I'm lying there with
OBW.
I'm fucking lying there with my mediocre white guy dick, and she put this umbrella in there. You know,
This umbrella.
I can't believe you're not married.
Thanks for
and
just
she's
admitting
having
it.
this, she's having this fucking candid conversation, like, you know, how about the fucking Eskimos or whatever. And I'm like, bitch, you just
can't say Eskimos.
an umbrella in my dick, man.
Let's say that. They're
Which is
elks.
not,
They're not
you know,
called
it's
Eskimos.
nothing
They're
to
called
brag
elks.
about.
What?
And so, anyway,
Elks.
fuck, man.
So they changed
So
the
after
football
that
team
was
name
done, I
to-
walked out and felt
just
shame
killed
in front of
James.
everybody, and
Oh.
I go downstairs, and cell phones were new at the time, so I get a payphone because it was actually a thing. I fucking put my quarter in, boop boop boop, phone this chick up. I'm good to go.
Boop. Yeah.
This is the 90s. This is how shit was. You actually use payphones to tell your fucking girlfriend that this British chick put an umbrella in your dick and you're good.
The fuck?
And it was normal.
Chris, you put the O in gonorrhea, I
Oh
think.
my god.
I was good, man. I was like, fuck, this is the most bizarre day of my life. I'm gonna hit the I'm gonna
The
go to
story is
Apple.
You're going to hit the
Constantly
old
dr-
British lady. That's what I would do.
The story is constantly
Foreplay's already
dripping in
est-
comedy.
Yeah.
Foreplay's already been established, dude. The fish jumped right into the boat. You just had to whack it with your oar.
I
That's all.
immediately
that happened.
decided to go to Applebee's.
It's oozing humor, constantly dripping.
Ew.
Yeah, that's just pre-humor.
Have you who here has been to a fucking STD clinic where you're sitting in the waiting room and you're looking at all the other people in there?
Lock Street Clinic in
Right?
Hamilton, and the doctor has a leather jacket. I swear to fucking God, he was wearing a
get
leather
the
fucking jacket when he came in. It's like,
What
that's
do you
my
want?
guy.
Do you antibiotics? Do you want fucking speed?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
And you're in the
Oh my
waiting
God.
room and everybody's looking at each other and nobody's saying shit, right? Like you're reading a 1987 version of Sports Illustrated. Oh shit, Magic Johnson's got HIV. It's a new
Damn.
thing.
I think they put that there for a
That's
reason.
news.
For a reason. And you're
Well,
like,
really though,
no,
Arthur
I'm just here for this.
wasn't Arthur Ashe the pioneer of that?
I think you're right.
Sorry.
I think you're right.
Wow.
People always forget the people that broke down the barriers, right? Like,
Oh, yeah. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
that's
Oh, there's nothing funnier than full blown AIDS.
always having to look
Not
through that
HIV,
ass
but
ceiling,
full-blown
you know?
AIDS.
Like, I don't know.
But I mean, it was the first STD test I ever went that was like consensual. Well, we're not going to have sex until we go get a test. I'm like, fuck. Okay.
They just
Why
have to
can't they
hold
do
you
like
down
COVID,
to get
though?
a test.
Why haven't they done it like COVID, where you can get you could just drip 3
Rapid
drips
test?
into the little thing and wait for 10 minutes and go.
They didn't have that back then, man. You had to go in and get an umbrella jammed up your dick by a British chick.
Yeah, and then it's just all
And like
It's a pap test,
she
right?
has
Yeah,
That's a male-
pretty much. Pretty much the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah, and she has to be British, so it's such a bitch to book because that
And I
like,
thought
there's
the
only
same
like
thing,
two of
actually.
them,
I'm like,
right?
why the fuck wouldn't she be
There's only
British?
2 of them.
You know.
Yeah, like in the whole of like wherever the fuck Chris was, obviously. So I mean, it probably took weeks to get in there because I mean, she needs.
Actually,
days
it's
off
next
and
to this
shit,
bar
right?
called the Pint downtown Edmonton, which Ryan Meyer. Every time I walk out, I'm like, I remember that place.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
got
wonder-
to see the pint.
I wonder how culture would change if there was someone who, while getting a pap test, a guy, discovered quite accidentally that there was like an F spot really deep down in the urethra.
An F spot. Which is,
You know, what would happen to our society?
the more you
Guys
know.
would be playing with straws a lot.
They banned them. You just get the paper ones. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
It keeps breaking.
You know what?
Soggy.
Little tiny brown coffee ones.
It can't get moist.
Yeah,
Like,
thinking
you
about
know
like
you're-
pipe cleaners.
I think Christy knows the same place I'm talking
Going to
about.
Starbucks.
Oh my god.
Yes.
You know you're getting old when you go into these places and the people you're with, where you have to tell them what they used to be. Back in my day, this was fucking this, right?
Or you still give directions. It's at the place that used to be whatever that was. used to
The
be.
Safeway. Yeah.
Actually, that was our whole trip back from Niagara. You were going, okay, go left here. It used to be this. Go right here. It used to be.
I did, and we got home like
Right,
at
it was
least.
the
Hey,
government,
listen,
man.
fuck you. We got home like
We made
42
excellent
seconds
I know.
faster,
That's only because the fucking guy was as old as you and knew the fuck which way to turn.
and he wouldn't
because
shut
knew
the
what
fuck
shit
up.
to be.
Whoa.
He would not
He
shut.
was
the
at
fuck
least
up.
as old as you. How dare you?
Yeah.
That guy, I loved him, but he would not shut the fuck
Oh my
up.
I
God.
loved
So-
him.
Quick story,
It's my
James.
type
We're,
of
we're
people.
we're leaving that Niagara event, that wine thing. So they had black car service for us, right? So we had this like big like.
It's cars of color. Cars of color.
Sorry. Yeah.
He's right.
We had this.
Fucking
What was his name, Ashley?
Terry?
Terry. So Terry, that's the
Because
best
I
part,
loved
too.
him.
Of course it was.
Terry,
Yeah.
super sweet guy, super sweet,
He
nice
could have
old
been
guy,
Terry.
but wouldn't shut the fuck up. So we're at the end of this weekend, which was all fucking just like an absolute booze fest because we were there for the wine festival. So Chris and I are moderately hung over,
Fucking moderately.
and we're driving down.
I thought it was Paul Atkinson's story time for a second.
no,
And I'm
no,
in the
we're
front
driving.
seat. I'm in the front seat hating my fucking life.
Oh Jesus
Word.
Christ! And it was
You should have put me up there.
It was
I
so
should've.
funny. I can hear him. I can hear Chris, and you know when you get that friend where you're trying to be polite and just like let's get through this, and he's in the back, and as Terry's talking, he's talking just a little lower, but I can still hear him. Shut the fuck up, Terry. Just shut up, please. Just shut up. And I'm trying to keep
I
a
beg
fucking
of
straight
you.
face. I almost didn't hold it together. Super sweet guy, Terry, if you're watching, because he does know where we work. Great to see you, pal. But
He was a good
Yeah.
Love
guy.
you.
Just change your name and you'll be fine.
But
Probably.
the best part was like we're on the 4, who cares? And fucking we have to take
QEW.
we have to take a long cut because why wouldn't we? We're just gonna pull off here and oh shit, look at.
because I
look at
got
that
4 more
fucking
stories to
traffic.
tell you.
I know he's got 18 more stories between. We go up this giant mountain
So
which you
true.
know exists in Ontario, and I can see the whole fucking lake. Who cares? And like, fucking, are we ever gonna
Lake,
get
who
there?
cares?
Got to be Ontario.
Are we
Yeah.
ever
Was.
gonna get there? Nope.
We're like
Very
we're
good,
like on
James.
Stony Creek Mountain, James. Like you could see
Yeah.
Oh.
over.
I love these. I love all the escarpment towns. They're all. That's
Yeah.
my favorite part of Ontario proper. You know,
That's
like
where
not.
we live, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I lived in Dundas for a stint. That was fun.
Oh,
I,
nice.
I called it. I called it. I called it
Ryan was
Fundas.
really good. He goes, see down there. He goes, that guy got shot there, and this guy got fucking that place burned
did.
down.
That's where
over
that
Yeah,
guy
there.
got
Ryan's
murked.
good like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want an uplifting
Don't pay
drive,
for the
that's
don't
what you
pay
take.
for the experience
Beautiful.
Hamilton tour. Call me.
100%.
I'll give you the good one.
Let's play the game. Do you know, just to see if one day we strike gold? Okay, you ready? Do you know Michael
Go.
Churm? Do you know Michael Churm?
Fuck's sakes, Ryan.
Ryan?
Michael Churm?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Born and raised in Dundas, around there. I just thought it's random. You ever been to the Stony,
fuck
Scarborough? And I'm like,
Everybody knows.
yeah. I know. You know what you do in that situation? You're like, oh my god, I do know Tony.
Of course.
It's the greatest because then they keep going. They don't just stop
He's
there.
like
They don't
this
get
tall?
surprised. You're like, yeah, exactly. You just keep moving your hand.
Yeah, it's like this.
It's like
So
big.
The average
Great
American
guy.
has bad equilibrium and slight vertigo, so they don't know, right? Like,
To flip that story, like everybody here in this forum If there's any Americans watching, I digress. I'm sorry, but it's like, oh, you're from Canada? Yeah, I'm on
You know
a ski
Dave?
lift. No, it was like, Bill, whatever, Dave. And here's my response. Yeah, he just died of cancer last week.
Oh,
And the guy's
Yeah.
like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, sorry.
I'm that guy with wrong numbers.
Yeah,
I
Bill
have a fucking
Bill,
problem.
Bill from Toronto. Yeah, I know him. He's dead. That's
I
how I
have a
respond to
problem
them.
with wrong numbers. When people
Rough.
call me and they sound really sweet and
do
nice
the
and they're
same
asking
thing.
for John, I'm like, I'm so sorry. You didn't hear. You should
You,
probably call somebody else. And I just hang up the phone.
You've said some pretty horrendous shit to
do.
people
I have a
that
fucking
you're never
problem.
going to speak to again, and you know that. And it's fucking
We have
amazing,
the same habit.
frankly.
Give me some example. Tell us about those, Ashley, because I
So-
love those. Yeah,
are you
I do
telling
that
them
too. I terrorize telemarketers all the time.
This is
Oh,
so good. So this
I'm
one
with
time
you,
we were
James.
driving,
This is so
and
good.
the phone rings. So Ryan's gonna answer it, but he's gonna answer it through the vehicle. So I have to shut the fuck up, or else they're gonna know somebody else is there. So he's like, "That's a weird number," and let's see what it is. And he gets all,
I get
let's see
excited.
who's calling. Yeah, he does. He gets excited. So he answers it, and it's somebody telling him that like you need to get off your computer right now. Whatever you're doing, like it's compromised.
Baljinder
website-
from Microsoft is calling.
Yeah, it was, and it
You
was
mean
somebody
Jason?
who like clearly was not like anywhere close to us, and definitely didn't work for Microsoft, and they were just spewing all kinds of lies, and Ryan just totally rolled with it and was like, "Oh my god, I'm so glad that you called. Like I'm not really good at all this tech savvy kind of shit, and honestly, I was furiously masturbating to midget porn when you called. So like, there must be something wrong with this website." And instantly, this guy fucking lost his mind on Ryan. And
Why?
I
Because
just
you
keep
said
going.
midget? Because he said midget?
because he told him he was jerking off, and the guy.
I know.
like,
But I said it was
went
actually.
into
I
this giant-
believe I did say, and I'll own it. I said gay midget porn.
maybe. Anyway,
I'm just saying, it could have been a person that was offended at the gay and not the midget.
That's
whatever.
exactly what it was.
Right? I
know.
thought that he. Just
We know
kinda
where they're
picked up on
calling
the fact
from.
That Ryan was fucking with
We
him.
know how they feel about the gays. So
So the guy
they-
basically exploded and told Ryan that he should fuck his mother. And
They
Ryan was like,
basically
he
exploded.
did. He told me go fuck my
he
mother.
did. He told you to fuck your mother. I'll never
He
forget
did.
it. It was amazing.
I'm like, I
Ryan
can't fuck a
pissed
gay
this guy
midget, but I
off.
can go fuck my mom. Like, why
You
is
should have
that
been
okay
like,
there?
you should have been like, I'm way ahead of you, and just start typing into the search thing.
No, I'm
Well, I
pretty
told
sure
him
that, pretty sure
Go
that
ahead,
Ryan
sorry.
pulled the "my mom's dead" card,
Yeah.
just to be a dick, and the guy was
My mom's
actually
dead, but I could dig her. I could dig her.
screaming.
No,
I
she
have
died
a,
of embarrassment for me fucking gay midgets, and that
I have a
was what-
legitimate question for James.
That's
Sure.
my husband.
So, well, let's caveat it. You've been taking on all the fucking antithesis of the direction Crier Media is going. Where am I going with that? You had Chris Guy.
Where did we just pivot to?
Yeah, excuse me. Can I reject the premise now? Like,
Sure you can. No, it's a hard pivot. It's a hard pivot.
Wow.
But
It's just
I
pre-rejection.
guess I'm dying to know how the Chris Sky interview went. 'Cause I
oh,
didn't
great.
see
It was the best interview he's ever done.
Really?
He didn't show up.
He canceled 1 minute before.
Because I didn't see it.
Literally 1 minute before he canceled.
Yeah, you
So-
didn't miss anything.
Did he know you were going to just rip his fucking family tree apart with a fucking
Thanks for
chainsaw?
the story, Ash.
You know what the thing is? I wasn't
wanna
going
know,
to.
man.
I
Tell me
wasn't
what
going to. I wasn't going to. This is
I know
my
you would've
entire.
been fair. You would have been fair.
No, it would have been unfair because what I was going to do is use him against himself, right? Like that was the plan, right? So I was literally going to go like this. If you were mayor, what would your platform be? And he would just tell us. And I would let him go until he was done. And then what experience do you have that would qualify you for the position? And then I let him go. And whenever he stopped, I would ask him to say, I would have done that for an hour and just watched him hang himself over and over and over again as I sit there like this.
Oh.
No, please continue.
But what do you guys think about pairing red wine with charred fish? Seriously.
What?
I'm just doing the same thing. I was just doing the hard pivot.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Well, wait. That sort of stepped on the previous story. But sure.
I don't like
Mine
either
too.
thing.
Ours
frankly.
too.
I know.
No, I really wanted to see that. We can come back to the charred fish thing. Depends what kind of fish it is, Brian.
I'm good on the fish.
It
No,
depends
but
what-
I think what you're really asking is like, I'm willing to sit down with like people that are considered fringe.
Yeah. So I was talking to somebody today, and I said, because I've been following your
Oh
whole
God,
path,
I know where this is going.
James.
Yeah, you didn't know
And
that
it's like-
that I didn't interview Chris Guy, but go ahead.
No, I didn't.
Big
That's
fan.
what we're getting.
Big
We're
fan.
getting
Love the
to
show.
that. Trust me,
Never
I'm
miss an
behind
episode.
on-
Good work.
buddy. I'm behind on a lot of shit. I just found out the fucking space shuttle blew up in '87.
James, wait, you have a beard?
He's been busy.
Guys, John Ritter's dead. Breaking news.
John Ritter
Did you hear what happened?
playing into the fucking ground. No, that was the other
Robin
guy.
Williams killed himself. Fuck.
That was
Fair.
Mahir Arar.
No, fucking country home, take me home, John.
John
Denver.
Denver.
John Ritter, John Denver. Somebody
Country
crashed
home,
the
take me
fucking
home.
plane.
That was
Okay,
the
whatever.
hip hop version.
But I like that fucking James is willing to take on these fuckheads and give him a platform. Okay, so we shit on him from this side. All right, I'll give you a platform. Come say your shit, and you offer that, and then like, my hamster is fucking pregnant. I can't. Come on, bro.
My hamster's
Yeah, but you know what?
pregnant.
They have a lot of
got-
babies. You should take that
They
seriously.
do.
I gotta
love
tell you.
that
I gotta
shit.
tell you though. When it comes to the far left and the far right is more likely to say yes to come on the show than the far left. The far left have
Isn't
the
that
far
weird?
the far left embedded inside what they do is a freeze out of media, and you see it with like organizations like Black Lives
Nice
Matter.
job, Chris.
Black Lives Matter is like one of the most popular organizations ever. Everyone knows who they are, but nobody can name one person that belongs to the top part of that organization.
I'll
and the
tell
reason
you
why,
what.
and the reason
Bernie
why is
Farber.
because they don't want to. They don't want to, right? Bernie Farber is a different story because he was like sort of like domestically famous in certain
Yeah.
circles before he did that. But I can't name anybody else at the Anti-Hate Network,
Wilfred
really.
Brimley.
Right, because they
He's
use like
dead.
sock puppet people.
Nice.
Like
I'm trying to
But,
steer this away from this conversation.
Diabetes.
It's a fucking listen.
What is wrong with you?
Listen, they banned smoking in Banff. I'm like, fuck you guys. Black lungs matter, motherfuckers. Fuck you guys. I'm never going to Banff again. Never going to Banff again. Black lungs
Ryan, I'm
matter.
blaming you for everything. Everything.
I didn't do this.
You did. You were the one that did
I
this.
didn't do this.
Ryan, you're 100% responsible for this shit, bro. 100%.
With telemarketers, I do the same thing you do.
I don't
Ryan.
even work here.
First of all, how many times have you gotten a call from the people that want to clean ducts?
Yes. Those people can fuck right off.
All right,
Okay.
Christy, give us a story. Do you have
Every
a story?
time they call, hold on, Ryan. Every time they call, right? I say the same thing. I'm like, can you get under the feathers? And I just say that over and over and over again until they finally like realize that I'm fucking with them, and then they're like, "Fuck you!" Right? And I'm just like, "See you later." I hang up the phone on them, but it's fun because under the feathers.
You
Please,
can tell
Christy,
them that
Ryan, can you
don't
stop
have
doing the
ducks,
ga-
but you have geese.
can we all stop doing the bit where we hard pivot because it's driving me fucking crazy?
No more hard
Your
feelings.
your ADHD is on fire right now.
It really is. I got to eat more fucking cake now. Go ahead, Christy.
That's a reasonable
No.
response. That's yeah.
Yeah. No, the duct people tend to call my work cell phone all the time and ask me if I want my ducts clean. I'm like, mine are clean and fine. Just thank you. This is a business line. So yeah, no, but mine are good. Thank you.
You don't have like
Thank
a
you.
funny, like you don't fuck with them like we do, like assholes, because we have way too much time in our hands. Or
No. No.
okay,
I
so
I fuck with people in other ways.
I have fucked with the wrong people, and they are the duck people. And let me tell you, don't fuck
Oh
with
my
duck
God.
people on the phone and ask Ashley why. She can tell you why.
What, did they show up at your house or what?
No,
Because they always change their number, so you can't block them.
no, I finally had enough, and I just said,
He booked
yeah,
it.
sure, come. And I gave him a fake address. They sent a crew to that house. And then they wouldn't, because they called Ashley's phone. Because I get, like I'm telling you, when I see the numbers come up, I get excited. So I don't care if it's my phone, her phone, I'll grab it and I'll just answer it and I'll just talk to them. And that guy, how long did he call us, Ashley? Over a year, wasn't it?
Over a year.
They kept phoning back.
Quite
Because you're a
Saying
strong.
you
lead.
were at your
On
house.
paper,
I
you're a
think-
lead. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
bad.
And then I realized, okay, this is the joke. the joke is on me now because they won't leave us alone because they think they got the wrong house.
You should have just kept doing it. You should have just kept giving them fake addresses until they stopped fucking with you.
James, I would have kept that fucking rock and roll pain train rolling.
Yeah,
Dude, I like the ones that are
We've
like.
moved, but we still want it done.
I like the ones that are always like, hello. This call is for James Fiore. This is border security. Please hold.
I love that
The
shit.
this
package,
is Captain Hairlip from
package,
Border Security. James
package has
Fiore.
arrived. A package has arrived with your name on it, containing some questionable substance. Seriously, that's one of those things. And then
Yeah.
you're like, press 1 to da-da-da. So I press 1, and I'm just like, hello? And they're like, hello, that's this James Fiore? And I'm like, yes, it is. And I play along with them, and I'm like, oh dear. Does it have a return address or anything?
Yeah.
No, it does not. And the content, I'm like, what's the content? And anyways, when you get down to it, the whole thing is that you have to send money in order to process the legal paperwork attached to the fact that something came in your name or some shit like that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, let me give you my credit card number, right? And so I'm sorry, I wish I would do. The whole time I'm looking at my phone pad or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I'm spelling out "fuck you" with the numbers, right?
3825.
Yeah, whatever it is. And so I'm like, and I say that, and they're like, James, this isn't a valid credit card. I'm just like, yeah. And anyways, I always love the ending, and I'm like, I just am curious if you fuck your mother, right? Or something to that effect, right? Like something really sharp out of nowhere.
Wow.
And the whole time before that, they just have this docile guy that's really worried about everything, right? Like, then you turn into Joe Pesci. Like, it's just fucking amazing.
Actually,
By the way, I might get Joe Pesci on the show. I just want to say.
Shut the fuck up. You
Through
gotta get-
Billy
Fucking do
Vera.
it.
Billy Vera's
Oh,
friends with
really?
Joe Pesci.
Yeah. I guess he would be.
Yeah,
See, I got a
dude,
call
let him
today
on
from
that.
Placerville, California. And I got another one.
That sounds like a.
What did they want?
I don't know. I didn't answer that one because I was actually on my work phone and I couldn't answer it. But I'm wondering we should
Shame.
phone some of these numbers back.
Oh, we should.
We could do it
do
right
that.
here on the. We could do it on the show.
Most of the time when I call them back,
Is it
I get
24/7?
Sure,
it's
I
either
would
a
ima-
line that you can't call back or somebody completely
Wait,
random.
what time is it in Manila?
answers.
Someone check what time in Manila.
And their number's been spoofed, and they're like,
I've,
"I
Sorry.
never called you
I've
before."
invited these scammers to my house because there was these guys. You guys remember this, where the magistrate, the CRA, blah blah blah. There's a warrant out for your arrest. I'm like, yep, got it. I need you to come to my house. Here's my address.
Anybody know how to block a number from Rogers? Is it #72# or something?
It should just be a setting thing on your phone, shouldn't it?
Yeah, so to
It
block
is.
all my shit, like if you call me on my phone, you have to hit this fucking number to get through.
Yeah. How do you block your number on an iPhone?
Well, first
you-
of all,
I'll call them right now on the air if you want.
But other than that,
We'll call
Don't
them
you
and
press
see
the
who it is.
exclamation? You press the exclamation point or whatever the upside down exclamation point on an Android. It says again you have the idea to add content, add contact, block, or something else, right? Don't you have that?
No. What is it? #72#?
this is really great.
Yeah.
This is really great content.
Yeah.
Well, no, because we're gonna call somebody, Chris. We're gonna do it on the air right now.
Oh,
I
you
could
gonna do it live?
I don't.
Yeah, I can do it live right now.
Fucking let's go.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
I want to straighten something out first. You can't just like if someone calls you, blocking them isn't just a click away on the iPhone. Really? You have
I
to
think it is.
pound
I just
shit.
don't- I know it's in. I know it's in the settings
it's-
somewhere. I'm
No,
just
that's
not
click
going
away
to.
on the iPhone.
Yeah. Okay. I was wondering. 'Cause, like, do you
Use
have a
your
pager?
search.
Do you have a pager, Ryan? Like
#31#. There it is. Okay.
There you go.
He's still got a fucking star tack.
This is so analog.
It's my
of
flip
you
phone.
to do this like this.
I'm sorry. Do any of you have the capability of making a phone call live on the air right now? No. Shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
my phone's right here. What are you talking
Just
about?
let them do
Yeah,
this
they can't
thing.
hear the
Right
rest of
here.
us.
I can if I put it on speaker. Smart ass. Jesus, what's wrong with you?
He's
the
gonna
matter?
school
The rest
you
of
on
us. They
sound
can't hear the
quality.
rest of us, James.
Okay.
Oh, why would they wanna hear the
demo.
rest of us?
We're all ears. Everybody watching this. Who the hell? I'm gonna look.
No. But it has to be a solo call for it to be funny. We can't all just talk to this
Yeah,
person.
No, but we can just hear who the hell this is.
all you guys that are texting
So
in, we are
530.
watching what you're saying. I have no ability to respond.
22, 83.
You have
All
the
right,
ability
let's
if you
do
go
this.
open up YouTube, Chris.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and just go to the thing and you can type into the thing there.
I'm pretty fucking impaired right now. We're not doing that.
You wear your impairment really well.
Yeah.
You're not a slurrer.
buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, this is happening.
Can we
Yeah,
quiet?
Who are you calling?
Whoever called
Only
me this
Ryan
morning.
talk. Only Ryan talk. This number is not equipped for incoming calls.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening.
Just let it ring. Wake that motherfucker up. It's always suspect when. First of all,
hang on.
Like it's what 20 rings. What,
Chris, what's the other station? Not Cruise. What's the other one? Play what?
Play?
Play 107?
Play 107?
Yeah.
Oh, are you calling Cruz?
No. Hello?
That's not shady at all.
No, it's just.
What should we put for the voicemail, Vinny? Nothing.
They're gone. It just stopped ringing.
Yeah. Oh fuck! They can do so many scams now. Like they'll like pretend that like you'll call it back and it will just be like Gladys, because they like pretended to call from someone else's number or whatever.
They
Like,
spoofed the number.
What's Jimmy
is
doing?
that what spoofing
Chris?
means?
Do you want to
Okay.
call Jimmy?
100% we should call Jimmy.
Should we call Jimmy?
Oh,
You want to call Jimmy?
absolutely.
Call
He won't
James
answer.
White?
He's more likely to answer you than me.
Let's go.
He's fucking done with me after this week, man.
What do we want to talk to Jimmy about, though? Let's actually have something to talk to Jimmy about.
How much we
the
love
tell you
pregnant,
what,
the pregnant
actually,
fetish.
Can I
Pregnant
say
don't
something to everybody
embarrass
right now? Can I say
What?
something?
Okay, no pregnant
this
fetish.
is
Jesus
very
Christ!
serious.
How dare you, Christy? Oh God!
So tonight was
Bad idea.
tonight was Shirley McQueen, 95.
Yeah, it was her last
seven,
night.
12 years. It was her last night.
I was calling Chris Myers to try and steal her spot, but
Yeah, all hail to the Queen. Shirley McQueen, fucking, it was her last night tonight. A
was the
legend,
Queen of Rock here at
legend
Q107
in
for years.
radio.
yeah.
Started in Toronto, legend in Toronto, legend in Edmonton, and it's her
Is
last
she
night.
done? Is she done now?
She's gonna.
No.
go
I mean,
to-
no. Like tonight, or is she still at
Yes,
the station?
tonight was her last night on Cruise.
Is she still live right now? Is what I'm asking you.
No. She was done at 6. Pam's
okay.
on right now.
call
So
Pam.
Shirley, she's gonna go to Nanaimo.
No.
And I trust and believe that she's gonna go do great things. I really do.
Experience Regina.
Regina. Actually, she's fucking from Regina, man.
Let's call. All right, let's call Jimmy. I
She's
want to call Jimmy. I haven't
experienced
talked to him since Pink Shirt Day.
Call him up.
Let's go.
You want to talk to Jimmy?
Yes.
I'm gonna go be Port James for a moment. Okay.
Port James is coming up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna actually do that.
Okay, I got an idea, Chris, because he's not going to
Yeah.
know. It's going to be my number that comes up because Jimmy has my number. You
Okay.
just start talking and say you took an emergency flight to Ontario. Didn't tell him.
And you forgot
Why-
your phone. So
he
you had
talked to
call
me a
from
fucking
Ryan's.
hour ago, so he won't believe that. But we can
No.
try. Actually, he's not good at
So-
math. He's got Tabor math. So let's try it out.
He's got Tabor math. Let's
Number
try
has
it
call
out.
control.
You would believe that it was
Get
3
through.
days ago that I
Please
talked to him. Okay.
All right, let's call Jimmy. This is James P. White, 95.7 Cruise FM, the locker room in the mornings. See if he answers the phone.
He'll answer.
Dearest James.
It's all you, Chris. Just say there must be something wrong with the call display.
Hello?
Jimmy.
Hey, Lance.
No, I'm at Linz's house, bud. It's Chris. I'm in fucking Ontario. I had to make an emergency flight, man.
What?
I had to make an emergency flight to Ontario.
Why?
There's a lot of goddamn shit going on out here, as you well know.
Okay.
So I'm in fucking Hamilton right now with Linz and fucking Ashley. Where
Sorry,
are you?
I'm actually drunk.
Where are you?
drunk at I'm actually drunk at Auntie Shirley's going away party
Where's that?
at Provincial.
Shut the fuck up. That's awesome, man.
Got a better idea.
Put her on the phone.
Put her on the phone, Jimmy. I'm here too. It's Ryan.
Okay, you want to talk to Auntie Shirley?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Okay, just a sec.
It's the Queen of Rock, everybody. If-
It looks like she's leaving.
well,
Auntie Shirley, Army Chris and Ryan Lynn
Hello.
Auntie Shirley,
Hello.
the queen of rock and roll,
Queen of rock and roll.
Oh, my
Shirley,
God.
you're on a podcast right now.
had her last show on the air today, and I couldn't let you leave without us saying goodbye.
Oh, I love you guys so much. Thank you for doing this.
We love you too.
I'm probably like 8 glasses of wine in, so.
How many bells wasted
temper it.
out of 10? How many bells wasted is Auntie Shirley right now?
How many bells, Shirley? Come on, talk to us.
Oh, I gotta say, like 6.
6 out of 10 bells? That's not bad. That's pretty good. It's only, what is it there, 9 o'clock in Edmonton?
What time is it? It's 9:07.
All right, it's 11 o'clock here in Ontario. So
you got listeners from Ontario all the way to fucking BC.
Yeah, you're actually on a show in Ontario right now, Shirley, and we had to call you to say happy retirement. We wish you all the best, and we love you.
Oh, you guys are the best. I started my last show today at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. And, I did pretty good. I thought I was keeping it together.
Did you
and
cry?
Then I did a couple of breaks where I said my goodbyes, and I was thanking people from Harvard Media and all my colleagues there, and the listeners who supported me so robustly for so long. And, then I started getting weepy, so I thought, okay, I can't do this. And then there was a reception for me in the boardroom in Edmonton at Harvard Media.
Yeah.
And so I just recorded my last couple of hours, and I got out of there because I was going to lose it otherwise. And so I've been drinking since 4 p.m.
Good for you.
Very
Good
nice.
for you.
I'm so happy for you, Shirley.
Cheryl.
You have been a light in our lives for the last, I don't know how many decades. You will be, now that you are free and clear, coming on to our podcast to tell us those stories that you and I talked about in Chris's backyard.
Yeah.
About the
Canada Day.
boardroom tables. Gene Velitis, I'm sure he'll come.
I've got some boardroom table stories. And,
Shirley, you listen.
so-
You made me cry tonight. You know that, and we're going for lunch next week.
I'm going to move to Nanaimo.
We wish you the
And-
best in Nanaimo. That's going to be so much fun. I heard you this morning on the locker room, and your plan made me envious. So
Well, I have to say, you guys inspire me so much. So I want to become a part of the podcast world.
Oh.
And I want to join you more.
Breaking
And I
news.
want to get more voice work, and I want to do more imaging. And so, that's all in the works. I'm gonna get my studio set up in my house in Nanaimo, which I've already secured.
Oh my God, this
And-
is huge news.
Oh, I love this.
Let's dance.
Hell yeah. I can't wait to
Yeah.
see you there.
Very cool.
May I have this dance?
Yes, and we will help you get to where you need to be.
Absolutely. Shirley, thank you so much for taking a minute. Enjoy your party, and make sure Jimmy doesn't get home safe.
Everybody say, yo,
That's awesome.
Right. We're in the bar at the Provincial, Edmonton. Go Oilers.
It's
Oilers,
Auntie
ladies
Shirley's
and
last
gentlemen,
live
great
on
call,
location.
Shirley McQueen.
Love you guys.
Love you too, Shirley. Take care. Oh, that was nice. That was good.
Awesome.
Yeah, I didn't expect
was
that. I
awesome.
thought we were going to make fun of Jimmy, but I'm glad we got to talk to Shirley. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
we have lots of time to do that. That's not a problem.
No,
Very
I
cool.
completely forgot that I muted myself for the original phone call that Ryan was making. So when I was doing this, freaking out and was going, no, when you were talking about what to talk to Jimmy about.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
someone
Yeah. Don't.
at Cruise FM, when I was at the Super Bowl thing at Kelly's Pub, Chris, you were there.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Someone
Oh, no.
Barely there.
asked me
Oh no.
if I would sleep with Jimmy.
And well,
What was
oh
your answer? Because I missed this.
yeah. How drunk
Well,
were
no,
you?
it's up-
How many
go-
bells
go ahead,
wasted were
go
you,
ahead.
Christy?
I think it was like 6 or 7 Coronas deep, and I think we
Alright.
just finished doing a Jaeger bomb. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, I was asked to sleep with him and teach him how to be more confident around women because it got out that I was single.
And that's now a service that you offer, or
Apparently, yeah,
No,
I'm just
but-
so
but
confident
honestly-
that I'll teach all the men.
Do you think that you could actually help him?
it wouldn't be a bad
Think
idea.
that you want to?
Not that you have to sleep with him, but
Fuck,
do you think
I'm
you can
throwing it
maybe
over
have
to
a
you.
chat with him?
James is
Oh, I could
back.
definitely have a chat. We could. There could be like a school session of this girl is blatantly trying to get you to sleep with her. Go do it. Not, oh, it's nice to meet you. Goodbye.
Jimmy, he's a good guy. He's he's isolated himself in this little nerd Star Wars world, and I'm not going to speak shit about. He's one of my best friends. He is. Not so good with the ladies. Could use a little help. You know, I don't know what that looks like.
Like a leg up.
He knows.
Yeah.
He's an absolute sweetheart, but is very oblivious to a lot of very obvious things.
You
No,
missed
okay.
a
Oh, no,
very
please go on.
historical moment, by the way, James, while you were gone. We had Shirley MacQueen do her last live on location on the air
Yeah.
on your show.
Pretty cool, man.
Shirley MacQueen is the queen of rock and roll. Like, she was like the queen of Q107 in Toronto for fucking decades.
Fucking long.
I know who she is.
And she retired. Today was her last day on the air at Cruise. Today was her last day. She was packing it in. She's moving to Nanaimo. She's done. But then we heard that she is actually going to get into the podcast realm, and she wants to chat with folks like us. So,
Oh,
yeah.
well, good. Yeah, she popped in just for a second and then left.
Well, I called Jimmy, and
Yeah.
Jimmy was at her retirement party. They had a big bash for her tonight in
They're in the
Edmonton.
provincial in
And he
Edmonton.
was sitting next to her. So I said, put her on the phone. We want to talk to her. And we got the exclusive from her. So
Oh, well, I'm glad. Well, that's good. That's good. I I probably would have ruined it, so it's fine.
yeah.
You know?
Nah, I don't think
J-
so.
JM says, I have no idea. You're 36, JM. That's why you don't know who she is.
Yeah. So for all you Toronto motherfuckers that are watching this right now, Shirley was big time back in the day in Toronto. Big
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. She was the like the most prominent female voice on the radio in Ontario for
100%.
literally a decade.
Long before she moved to Alberta, which is
Yeah.
probably before most of the viewers were born.
Yeah,
or-
she cut her
or-
teeth here. Like this was her
Yeah,
bread and
man.
butter in the 80s
was-
and 90s.
she was-
Yeah.
Like long before Dean, she was the shit in Toronto radio.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then migrated west. She was in on in BC and Vancouver and shit, and ended up in Edmonton. She's legend in radio. Much respect to Shirley
Yeah.
on her retirement. Now she's going to do some other shit. And we're going to help her get into podcasting and voiceovers and all that other stuff, so she can chill out. She's moving to Edmonton in Nanaimo, BC, and I wish her the best. She's a good friend, and I'm taking her for lunch next
She's
week.
She's an absolute sweetheart.
The fucking gem. She's a gem.
Yeah, she's so nice.
When I was at
she's
Chris's,
she's been in the game forever.
when I was at Chris's for that party for that weekend in last Labor Day, Shirley came and
You
was-
fangirled a little bit.
I did. I really
You
did.
did.
Like when she,
I did. You did.
I
Put her
really
on your hall
did.
pass.
Oh.
Put her on your hall pass list.
Yeah.
Dude. I'm telling you, I don't even think it would work just because of the I would be so nervous. Like she's slept with everybody. Joking. I'm just kidding.
There's all
I'm
these
just-
fucking.
I was like,
We-
There's
we-
a
we-
rock that's on, like all the
Can I please
80s
have her
rock
number?
bands show up in Edmonton. They're like, they don't want to talk to anybody. Like, where's Shirley? We want to talk to her. Fuck
Yeah.
you guys.
we made
Like, that's legit, man. She is
Yeah.
legend, man. Legend.
yeah, big time. So so I'm happy to hear that she's retiring, but she wants to stay in the game on a podcast form because her Unleashed would be like the stories that lady has
She's got
would
the voice.
outsell books of fucking New York Times bestseller fucking level shit. Like the shit that she can.
I think she should voice coach female like DJs coming up.
I heard.
Yeah,
I heard stories at that table that night from radio legends here in Toronto, like people that are like high up executive people, about different cocaine stories, different fucking It was like mind blowing. Like, oh yeah, we sat for 2 hours just chatting, and my mouth the entire time.
Shirley McQueen was going hard in the paint when you were sniffing it in fucking junior high.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. No, she's a great lady.
Well done, Chris. I like that.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah. Oh, can I share the graphic that DaCosta did for this show?
Yeah, I didn't look at that, by the way. Now I get it.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
I love this.
Okay, that is pretty.
I really like that. Who's doing your graphics, man?
DaCosta. Shout out to
DaCosta.
DaCosta.
He's a fucking rock star.
DaCosta is great.
Yeah, he really is.
Very good.
This has meaning to me because it's an image of a person, and that I
like that.
Anyways,
here we go.
Listen,
here we go.
If you call yourself, let's just put it this way. I'm going to tell it like this. All
right.
No, listen. No, just relax for a second. Fucking everyone, relax. Okay. I have my brother-in-law has a friend, and that friend married a guy. I think his name is like Ronald or something like that. But he calls himself King, and he expects people to call him that when you're in like a setting instead of Ronald. So he tries to correct you, and it's just like, nice to meet you,
T-Bone.
Ronald. Nice to meet you,
That's
Ronald.
just gonna say you don't give.
Not calling you King.
I'm not.
No,
Don't
I'm
give
not.
yourself a nickname.
If I'm calling you King, you have to call me like Cockmaster, okay, or something like that. Like,
okay.
Because I'm not calling you King.
Okay.
It's just that's just the way I feel about people who call themselves King. That's all.
Wow.
I just find it tacky. That's all. Hold on, in case you didn't see the graphic.
Yeah, let's. Everybody can now look at it
Infer.
closer.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just infer till your heart's content. Okay.
Be right back. Excuse me.
I know that.
I have to go pee because I almost peed my pants. That was funny.
That's a good, getting back to what you were saying before. The fringe people, the left fringe people make me furious, more furious than the right. The right, where they're really like and this is still Casual Friday. If I hear one fucking person in the comments be like, "This doesn't sound casual anymore," it's like Casual Friday means no fucking rules. Okay, that's what it means. It doesn't mean like we're always going to be. Well, we're already stoned. We're all stoned, but still, like, doesn't mean anything. Christy, you're not stoned.
She's not putting in the effort, James. She's not putting in the effort.
I'm not. I'm not allowed to do any marijuana products, and I.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Like it's I mean, it's directly got Ashley. Over to you.
Hello. That was abrupt. But that's how you do it, isn't it?
This is the thing. If there was like a person like the dunk tank, the water tank at the carnival, I'm really good at hitting that shit.
You are, and it's your show.
Quite good.
So that's what you do.
I'm quite good.
You
and
are.
The best thing is I know Christy isn't like sitting there going, "You fucking piece of shit."
No.
I fucking can't believe you did that.
No, she's a normal human. Yeah, she's laughing.
Yeah, she's hanging around, so I had to remove the source. But listen.
So I think you were bitching about the left.
Yeah,
Well,
she was.
said she wasn't
Christy's
stoned.
Christy's house drove under a tunnel, and
That's mean.
That's an Edmonton thing, I guess.
She was the only one that wasn't stoned, so James just like did the.
Why?
Yeah. They gave her the cane.
Think.
She's like, "I'm not allowed to do marijuana products." I'm like, "All right, I'll see you later."
It was just a very.
I get the whole shtick.
It wasn't
but that's
necessary,
really
but it
mean.
was entertaining.
Do you guys know
I
what
hope
it's
she
like?
comes back.
I got to tell you, it's one of those things
Come
where
back,
it's like,
Christy.
It's
Yes.
like, no,
Do.
listen, it doesn't matter. The vaudeville Kane spoke, and it's not about Christy. Would you guys stop doing this every time I do this? You just got like move on. The whole awkward like, oh my god, can you believe what James does? Fuck off.
You're good, bro.
But what if it's her birthday?
Chrissy's a gem.
Fuck off. Is it her birthday too?
No, I'm just kidding.
It's not her fucking birthday. She's fine.
Because I was gonna be like, why don't you just add a cherry on top of the ejection? Because that'd be great. That'd be amazing. Love it.
Oh, the
I don't think
I love
Swedish
it.
chef, man. Mark.
Yeah.
I don't think Chris knows the story behind that, but anytime somebody gets
yeah,
the
right.
flute here, they get the Swedish chef
Freaking
theme.
weird one.
The
Okay,
Muppets
James
were
James
really
got a
like.
point, so let's let
yeah.
him make it.
I forget it now. I don't even know what I was
I
talking
knew
about.
that was going to happen too.
You were bitching
Is
about
it about the
left.
Swedish chef? Because it feels like.
Oh no, the right where their heinousness right in the
Oh,
open.
James was bitching about the left.
and,
I'm
and the
shocked.
left
Please
and the
go
left
on.
pretend that they're not the left pretend that they're not heinous at all.
Yeah.
And then clearly are heinous. You know that's
Sit
you know
back for this one.
and they're like everyone's like that's a false equivalency. It's like no, it's not. Why does everything have to be equal? Like why can't they be a little bit worse and they be a little bit worse in their delivery? Like why
I
can't it be?
think
It doesn't matter.
that
you know.
there's shitty people in every group of people. I think that's just
Okay.
a thing.
All right, that's like saying all religions are equal. not
No, that's like saying that there's shitty people in all groups of people, including
What did
I
religious
say?
people.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The far left have really shitty people. You're right. You're right, Ashley. I agree with you when you say that.
Like Christine Anderson, she's a piece of shit on the right. So there you go.
Watch
this. Watch this.
No, I'm not defending her because there was a lot of pushback today. You know what I found interesting? It's casual
What's that,
Friday. anything
James?
goes. Well, I'm glad you asked.
Do
Ashley.
tell.
What I find interesting is that I know why people call her racist. I know that her party has a very far right. They're kind of like the People's Party of Germany, right?
It's
Basically,
like a Nazi. Yeah. Okay.
no. Well, so that's
PPG,
the
as we
thing.
call them.
That's the thing. So when I did my deep dive on her, I know that she used phrases like foreign invaders for immigrants, right? So I knew stuff like that. But I mean, Nazi to me is such a crescendo of thing that everything falls short if you're not killing millions of people and openly saying that like these types of people are insects or rats. Like I know that people are dog whistle. I get all that stuff, but you have to really be careful about the term Nazi. I know a lot of Jewish people who get offended when people call people Nazis when they're not Nazis, even though they might be heinous. It just is so specific. It's very difficult
Yeah.
for
Can I
people to
throw a
wrap their...
quick counter grenade?
Well, I wasn't
into
quite
that?
done, but go ahead.
Sure, go
Interrupt the
ahead.
whole flow.
No, I was just going to say, a lot
No,
of
but-
people probably said that about certain people during like beer hall speeches at the same time.
Are you talking about 1931? Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
like shit happens, so things have to start somewhere.
Okay, how about this? Let me put it this way, because I think this way is a good way to do it. Since Hitler, okay, how many countless world leaders have been compared to Hitler who actually became Hitler? Zero.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
We compare people to Hitler and Nazis and all that kind of stuff all the time, right? Since
Yeah, very
1940s,
unfairly.
since-
Absolutely.
Since 1945, right? So, but the reason why I think it's bad to call Christine Anderson a Nazi is because of the following: out of all those people that we called Nazis, how many of them turned out to grow up to be Nazis?
Would you
None.
call her a national socialist?
I don't know. I mean, it's the same thing. It's a synonym, really, at the end of the day.
Because
isn't it?
she's a national socialist.
Okay, but like Nazis weren't socialists. That's the problem,
Yes, they,
right? Like
they,
it's-
they actually were. They were
No,
nationalists.
they were in name only. The first thing they did was ban unions. Like they weren't socialists, right? Like they just had they're like the Democratic Republic of North Korea. They're not democratic. Do you know what I mean? Like they're just not. And the Nazis are right-wing fascists, right? That's what they are.
And
they just have.
She is also a right-wing fascist.
Okay, so the point is though is that it has to rise to a certain level in order to deserve the moniker of Nazi. It can't just be there has to be a support for policies that are based on something, or at least targeted so specifically and a pile of them, and death. Don't forget about death, right? Like a Nazi in waiting even is like, because again, how many people that we call called Nazis actually became Nazis that did what Nazis did? None. So you gotta I'm not
Do you know
Neville
why?
Chamberlain, yeah.
Because we did what we do and called them out for their shit. And we're
That's-
calling her out
maybe.
for her shit. Okay, so you got a guy, and I'm not saying he's the arbiter of fucking whatever, but when you have a guy that hugs and arm holds and fucking shakes hands and takes pictures with guys like Jeremy McKenzie, and then calls out Christine Anderson as a fucking piece of shit racist, that should be a bit of a fucking a bit of a flag, like a little bit of a flag when a guy like Polyev says, "Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, you know what though? I hear you. The weird part of that is that we should really trust what Polyev said in his statement for the first time ever.
No, I'm
Right?
okay, yeah, but you know what? Like it says here, she's a German waving fascist politician, and if it walks like a cunt, and I've got to say it, I'm sorry, but it's true. She's an absolutist. She's a nationalist. And
I don't think she's a Nazi.
Why is she in Canada? Why is she here, James? Why is she here? Because we're vulnerable right now. We're vulnerable. Our fucking population is vulnerable to fucking ideology that she's trying to spread across the world. She's a European politician. Why is she here?
I thought it was to sleep with Jeremy McKenzie.
Yeah, maybe. But seriously, like let's all go back to that point of why the fuck is she even on a tour around the world?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know, because that's what they do now, right? That's what they
Do
amalgamate.
Who else is doing that?
They amalgamate their network. You don't think that Max Bernier's been overseas? He's been overseas. He's done shit.
Headlines
right?
everywhere. Maxime Bernier with his
No,
6% is fucking making fucking waves all over the place.
You know what? When he does go to Europe, he does go. He gets spots on news programs and stuff because he's former fucking cabinet minister, right?
Yeah.
He's a worthwhile
Yep.
guest. And then he said
Absolutely.
the same thing. But yeah, it's an ideology that
RT
they're trying
loves
to.
him.
It's an ideology that they're trying to spread. But I actually believe that when you call someone like Christine Anderson, we could agree with the facts on the ground of why she's repugnant, but I just won't use the term Nazi. And one of the reasons why is because I think it empowers them and makes them more popular. That's one reason why. I don't think that they suffer losses when someone calls Christine Anderson a Nazi. I think that their people become more emboldened and they probably get bigger. And that's what I think.
I'm putting that comment up because and I'm also going to put the link in there. Come and tell me why that is. Come tell me
Being a
why
nationalist, that's I know Shane, but being a national. Sorry, Shane, I just that is doxing.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
Did I do a dox?
Do the dogs? Come tell me why that's not. Tell me that's not evil. I'm not saying it's evil in obviously in a generalization standpoint, it's not evil. But why is it a good thing?
Define what's a nationalist?
That's what I'd
Is
like
a
to know.
nationalist?
I'd like to know what they think a nationalist is.
Well, what do you think it is? I don't know. I'm just wondering.
I think it's somebody that thinks that a man-made border is exclusive to them, and then anybody that tries to cross it needs to like pass some sort of a fucking weird hurdle that you put in place to make them prove themselves, to try and gain entry into your man-made space, when all you do is tell people how great of a place you are. I'm great as long as you're here, but if you're not here, go fuck yourself. That's what a nationalist is. So, and I don't understand that ideology. I really don't. I'm like, why are you telling everybody how great you are then? Nobody gives a fuck. Fuck you then, North Korea. You're nationalists. North Korea's nationalist.
They're a democratic republic.
No, by force. They're nationalists by force. So, how is this such a great thing? It's not.
So hold on though. So what do they believe the border should be like? Like just off limits?
No, I didn't say it should be off limits to anybody.
Absolutely,
there absolutely should be. We shouldn't just be fucking handing the keys over, but at the same time, we're not gonna. Well, you're telling us you're a refugee because you come from a place that's doing worse than. Well, that's exactly what a refugee is. That's what refugees are.
Mm-hmm.
But let me ask you something. Like just all because I agree that immigration is important. I don't necessarily agree with the numbers
You're
because they're
absolutely
going to be
fucking important.
they're going to be I think the numbers are a little high. I don't think they should be Max Bernier low, but I don't think they should be Justin Trudeau high. I think they should be somewhere in the middle, which they are now. I think before they'll increase it. But anyways, but that's not based on race or anything like that. That's just based on like the sprawl. First of all, in Ontario, the fact that cities like Barrie are going to double in size in the next 10 years. And all that kind of stuff, and it's all based on these immigration numbers and everything. And it just
you hear
feels.
that in every city in Canada.
But I just don't know if, listen, they could all be from England and be white. Sure. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is
we're getting off the path of we're getting off the path of what this was. What this topic was why is Christine Anderson in Canada right now?
Okay, well, we established that already because that's what they do. They tour now to speak with like-minded people, right? To try to solidify that ideology. That's why, right? And anyway, she's gonna cut so many political ads when she gets back. You know what I mean? If she has to run for another leadership thing, or she's running for chancellor or whatever it is over there, she just basically, she has a campaign. Basically, she could cut 4 probably political ads with what happened when she was in Toronto or in Canada. She got she was crying. She was overwhelmed and was literally tearing. Like you could, it wasn't fake tears.
From a group of
convoy guys,
Yeah, 200 people in a fucking whatever she was in, like a convention or whatever.
She was outdoors in this thing that I was talking that I saw her cry.
So, I saw people crying in Ottawa that you were in G-strings right before it because of freedom.
I know, but we're talking in the context of why would she do it, and I think she was being cheered like she was a rock star. Seriously, when she was outside at this particular thing that I saw her at, and actually on stage when she reenacted the speech she gave to the European Parliament. I don't know if you saw that, but she did that, and I called her out on that when I interviewed her. But she was like. And the more that we sling Nazi labels on top of her, the higher her media impressions are, and the more popular she gets, and the more followers.
Can we call her a pre-Nazi?
You could do
Nazi in training.
Is that like pre-humor?
Well, like a Nazi in training, maybe. I don't know. Like, because that's what she is. Like, if that's what we're gonna do, if you
blossoming.
Seriously, did we not we learn nothing from history.
Pre-Uncle Hank.
Yeah, we learn nothing. We learn nothing from history. We don't. We just don't learn. We don't care, and we always make excuses. We always find people that will make excuses for them to let them keep going, give them oxygen, and and I agree with you too. Us retweeting her saying she's a Nazi piece of shit. Absolutely fucking fuels it. It fuels
what
it.
I found bizarre today, because I did go back and forth with a few people, and I wasn't like defending her. I was trying to get them to tell me why they think she's a Nazi, and nobody did. And it was the weirdest thing. I was like, to several people, I was like, can you just quote her? Educate me. I want to know the Nazi statements that she's made. And again, dog whistling, I know exists. I know, but
anti-LGBTQ.
But the point is, nobody sent me anything.
Policies. Yeah.
People are like, don't know. They're like, don't you have Google? I'm like, I'm not the one I'm not going to Google your idea. You stupid idiot. Like,
no, I hate that too. I hate when somebody comes at me and tells me to do my research when they haven't done theirs. And I get it, but I've done mine on her, and she's gonna be she's a flourishing Nazi. She's gonna be a very prominent Nazi. If again, why is a European fucking politician in Canada touring?
Well, I answered that already twice.
I know. I'm saying it rhetorically now. There is a reason for it, because they don't have enough fucking support in their own fucking country, and they're trying to drum up. They're trying to drum up fucking anger, fury, support from other right-wing fucking losers and fascists, and they think that this is because they see, and it is true. It's because of that stupid convoy. It's because of the fucking idiots, the fucking 5,000-6,000 people that fucking made a stink in Windsor and in Ottawa and in Coots, and all of a sudden it got worldwide attention. Everybody thinks now Canada is the fucking ripe bed. Meanwhile, it's literally a fucking 10% fucking portion of our country that fucking subscribes to her ideology. I'm not saying
It's growing.
I'm not saying that it's people that are anti-liberal. You're absolutely. We're in a very fucking divided country when you talk about people that hate Trudeau and hate his fucking policies. I'm not a fan of Trudeau as a fucking prime minister, but I'm also not going to say, well, fuck Trudeau, I'm going to put a flag up, and now all of a sudden I'm going to follow that, even though maybe I'm not a fucking racist, or I'm not a Nazi. But I'm going to follow that because I'll overlook that because she's not Trudeau. Like, fuck you. Come on,
Yeah,
guys.
you know what's
how are we not past that yet?
Well, I agree. What's interesting is also that these people don't have the media on their side, so they've taken to the streets and are developing this really interesting ground game where their constituency is growing, and it's fragmented and all that kind of stuff. So, like Canada, for example, is not in danger of falling to Max Bernier's People's Party. Like they're not going to win elections, right? But they're not going to shrink as an ideology, even if a bunch of them leak over to the Conservatives. That ideology is getting bigger, and we're helping it get bigger because we're polarized and we call them Nazis, and it just empowers them. And you know what it also does? It gets moderates to hold their nose and vote for a party like that because they're just so fucking tired of being called a Nazi when they just want immigration levels to be 275,000 instead of 500,000.
What a
You know what I
fucking
mean?
way
Like-
to sell your soul for something that doesn't fucking involve you. Like, really, it really doesn't involve you.
Their choice is either that or Pierre Poilievre's party. So they're
That's what
like,
I mean, though.
yeah, well, what are they going to do? Vote liberal? No. In Alberta,
Why,
they hate the
though?
liberals. In Alberta, they hate the liberals so much that
Because
they
their
go from
dad
like
did.
conservatives to NDP.
Yeah, because their dad did. Because my dad did, my grandpa did. That's why people vote the way they vote. Like,
Well,
like
hang
I
on.
swear to God, most
Hang
of
on, as the guy that's actually in Alberta.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh
I'll-
yeah, that's
I'll be
right.
back.
I forgot.
Before you're-
right
I
back.
forgot.
Before your
Sorry.
stereotypes fucking take over fact.
Sorry, you're right.
So that is not a representation of Alberta.
There. I put the disclaimer out.
Finally,
no,
one that's
no, no, it's not.
contextually relevant. Well done, Ryan.
I've dog paddled through the sea of fucking politics, national politics out here, going, well, what's best for Berta? And the immediate fucking response is, let's go with this right wing extreme bullshit, which is like, no, I don't think that's best. And I don't think that's best. And I don't think fucking anybody out here provincially thinks that we have no good option provincially. Do you in
Right.
Ontario?
No.
Who's
No.
because we're
We do
fucked
not.
here. We are
People
fucked.
still.
If you think
people still
Danielle
can't-
Smith
peop-
is our future, it is not. Dear people
Wheel tits.
watching this
Actually,
from
I
Ontario, Danielle
Wheel
Smith
tits.
is not the fucking future of Alberta. She's a fucking premium
Yeah.
wheel tits is not the future. Fucking not, man. And fucking
heard-
There's
wheel
spinners. She's got
Fuck.
spinners.
I heard that wheel tits.
Yes, but think of the rim. Think of the rim job.
fucking scenario where she's the good choice, man.
I heard that I heard
We're gonna
I
get
heard,
accused of misogyny. We were talking. We're making fun of the sexual act, not the person. Go.
I heard that Nate Erskine Smith is thinking about taking a run at the leadership here, though, for Liberals.
No, I
there.
talked to him
Yeah.
today actually about that exact thing, and he said no.
No, he's not doing it.
He said it's too late. He said it's too late because it's like March 3rd or 4th. Because I emailed him and I'm like, I'm hearing whispers, and he's like, no, it's Tuesday. But he could be throwing me off the beaten path. That's
That could
always
be it
possible.
too.
Yeah.
So
'Cause he knows,
what if
'cause
what
he
if it
knows
was
my
somebody
mouth,
like Nate?
right?
What if it
I'd
was
vote
like
Nate.
somebody
I'd
like
vote
Nate?
for Nate. I'd vote for Nate. I'd vote Liberal if Nate was leader. I would.
I would too. I normally don't vote Liberal in a provincial election, and very, very funny. I don't normally vote NDP either. What
You're
does
a
that
green
tell
guy?
you?
But you're in a
No.
weird space.
Where
People's Party?
Prior to Doug Ford, there was a very good chance that you could catch me voting Conservative in this province.
Just
Yeah.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
No. Prior to Doug Ford, it wasn't out of the realm. It wasn't like I totally threw it out. I'm not going to say it
Wait,
was.
what? With the Hudak conservatives? Like, who were you voting for?
You know what? I would take 5 Tim Hudaks over Doug Ford over
It
one
probably
Doug
takes
Ford.
about 5 Tim Hudaks to build a Doug
to
Ford.
build a Doug Ford. You're right, but I'm serious because he was just as fucking milquetoast and fucking redundant as Kathleen Wynne, other than her gas plant scandal. This is
It was a scandal.
It really was. It was like, yeah, I get it. It was and it was a big one, and that's why she's no
It was a
longer.
McGinty scandal, not a Win.
It was
more
a Dalton.
of a McGinty
Yeah, it was a
scandal.
Dalton.
Yeah.
But he did give us Family Day, so I got to give him some.
He passed the torch of
So
corruption.
who's
Got to
your
give
guy
him
out
some
there?
cred.
Like, who's your guy?
When's
When's elections? Like next fall, right?
No, in like 3 years.
3 years? Yeah,
Oh
no,
my
we just
God.
had one.
Okay, so that sucks
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So now, like right now, Schreiber, no, of course not. You don't vote Green because it's just that literally is throwing your vote away in Ontario.
You're throwing your vote in the garbage.
Yeah,
sure.
and that's fine if that's what you want to do. That's your right. Go
It's
for
your
it.
right
but
to do that. Sure, yeah.
But it's a two-party province, and it's just like you guys, Chris. You can't vote Liberal in fucking Alberta. There's no point, right? You have Conservatives, and you have what do you guys
you're
call
in
them
the-
again?
We're in a catch-22 out here where we don't want to vote for any of the parties that are fucking provincially running. It's
Right.
like, oh my god. So I vote for stupid or dumb. Like that's my options. It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, and here we had the NDP, which had Andrea Horwath, who's now my mayor. That was the leader of the NDP for 8,000 years and never did fucking anything with it. So it was like,
Yeah.
they finally got rid of her. So now we have Marie Stiles or whatever, Marit Stiles. How do you say her name, James? Do you know? Marie
Who the fuck are you talking about?
Stiles, the
The
new
NDP leader?
NDP leader of Ontario. Yeah,
Merit,
Mary.
She has all the name recognition of former Liberal leader Steve Boca Vista.
Steve Boca Vista, exactly. The pen.
Yeah, that's right.
Gary, keep the pen.
I don't
You
even
think
remember his
I've never
name
been in
because
a
I've been.
Cadillac? I've been in a Cadillac hundreds of times, thousands of times. Yeah, exactly. Steve
Like,
Del Duca
and-
was a fucking nobody here.
And the Conservative
Yeah.
Party in Alberta has zero credibility because the last fucking 3 leaders of the Conservative Party have epically failed.
3 liters? Oh, I thought you were talking liquids. I was like, what the fuck?
No, well, we'll get to that.
Oh, that's oil, right?
It's like, okay, so even if fucking every redneck Albertan,
Calm down,
including
oil
me,
and gas.
is just like, well, fuck. The conservative guys are fucking garbage. So, and now we got wheel tits, and she's just talking out of her ass. And the alternative is fucking Rachel, who,
Oh, yeah,
like,
Nutley.
everybody swipes left on her fucking Tinder profile. It's like, God, should you want, like, no, I'm going to leave it alone.
Grinder. I barely
Yeah,
know her.
I'm gonna leave it alone. But it's like, if you're, never mind. It's going to end bad. You should
you.
want to swipe right on, never mind.
Thank you for the self-censorship that's
Yeah,
leaking
exactly.
as we speak.
But it's such a fucked up situation out here where even the fucking right wing guys, the redneck oil and gas guy, he's driving a fucking jacked up 3,500 Dodge Ram at an unnecessary high speed, is like, I don't want to fucking vote for these guys. Like, we don't know. We honestly do not know who the fuck to vote for rationally out here. We don't. Like, we're fucked.
I want my nickname for the UCP to catch on, which is the Unsane Clown Posse.
Oh, is that what we're called now? Because
That's what I want to. I'm trying to coin it, but no
Right?
one's caring, right? The
changed it.
Unsane Clown Posse.
You just
Could you
hit it on the head.
Could you imagine Jason Kenney dancing to "Insane in the Membrane"?
Jason Kenney is like, thank Christ I got out of this. Fuck. It's
Well,
like,
he left them a
we
pile
don't
of
even,
shit, though.
We don't even know the name of the current right party because it changes all the time because they just can't. We got to unite the right. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
The
we'll
Unsane
create a-
Clown Posse.
we'll
I'm
create
telling
a
you.
new- Yeah, fuck it. It's a fucking goddamn gong show. It's a colostomy bag that hit the wall at high impact. It really
Yeah,
is.
you have to understand, I think, how like behind closed doors, conservatives, and I mean this because I've been there with them, talking to them side by side in rooms in Ontario that had a lot of like political people inside of them, and they're all like at conventions and the parties attached to conventions and stuff. Been to liberal ones conservative ones.
Yeah.
The conservatives are shamelessly willing to signal the complete corruption for party. No problem. It is fucking ridiculous. They talk openly about destroying liberals, like destroying their careers, like false accusations against them just to get it in so that the ether picks it up and 10% of people believe it forever. They think like that.
And do you respect that or not?
Well, no, but it's easy to be
Like,
it's easy to be cynical and laugh. It's easy to be cynical, and I am cynical. So I'm not even dissing when I say that. I'm totally cynical. But the thing is that when you hear it and witness it firsthand, it strikes you a lot harder than the thought of it did before you witness it. It's crazy, because they're shameless, man. And listen, the liberals are bad too, but they're bad, but a lot of the issues that they champion are actually probably good issues. But they go about it is like the ends justify the means for both sides.
You're right.
And
when it comes to election time next fall for us, I'm like, if you could take an empty can of Pilsner and put it there and put it on the ballot, and I could vote for that empty can of Pilsner.
It's probably your fucking can anyway.
That's right.
It would be, because
There's a very good chance.
I know that this empty can of Pilsner would do the least damage to this province. I will fucking vote for it. That's where I am.
I have to
Are
apologize.
you okay, man? Are you okay, Chris?
I'm doing okay.
Did he just ask for meth? I have to be.
What
I have
province
to be
do I
fair.
need to move to, man? I'm going to Saskatchewan. I don't know.
I feel like I made a very unfair statement about Jason Kenney not having any rhythm at all. There he is with John Tory.
This has got to be fucking Stampede Week.
So maybe Unsane Clown Posse isn't such a far stretch. Just saying. I like it. Maybe we weren't.
Completely unrelated
All I saw there was diversity. That's all I saw.
Yeah, me too. Completely unrelated to what we just saw. Why do some politicians that are obviously gay don't come out? Do you think? I'm just wondering.
That live in their mom's basements? I don't know.
That's a good question.
Like there's openly gay politicians like John Baird. Like I'm not calling him out. He's openly, but he's conservative, and it never comes up ever. And I'm not saying it should. Maybe they've got it figured out better than the left do, where they sort of put that front and center and say, "Look how great we are." But like, it is interesting the difference between the gay politician on the right and the left. And I'm wondering,
Might be like, if you just blast it out there initially and go, "This is where I am," and if you don't like it, fucking, I don't give a shit. This is my platform.
Yeah.
If you get ahead of it early, is it better?
I don't know. I think it's interesting because I think John Baird probably strategically also thinks that he'll alienate a certain amount of constituencies, part of his constituency. But at the same time, if he keeps it to himself, he doesn't alienate them. And if people know and go, hey, he never uses it as a political weapon or tool, they respect it, even though he's just afraid of the homophobic part of his base. Do you know what I mean? Like,
you might be right. You might be right. I don't know.
Might be.
I honestly don't know because
I think Jordan Peterson's running for mayor of Toronto. I honestly 30%.
It feels like we haven't talked about Jordan Peterson enough. Let's bring that up. Right, we're talking about
touche, my friend.
We have a caller. Josh, you're here. Hi, Josh.
Josh, come on in.
Go ahead.
Wait, hold on. Let me get my finger on the
Bring
trigger.
on your Jordan Peterson question, because we're just
Tell us
dying.
about Jordan Peterson and Chris Sky, the mayoral race of Jordan Peterson and Chris Sky in Toronto. That's what I want to talk about.
I think Chris Sky has a better promise than Chris Sky.
I think you're right.
No, he's going to get disqualified because he's going to accept money from overseas or something. Like, it's going to be something stupid.
Both
he's
of them, yeah.
No,
so he still hasn't qualified for a mortgage in Alberta, as far as I know. But
yeah, wasn't he looking for like a lender in Leduc?
yeah, there's a guy in Leduc who's like, nah, I don't. We can talk, but I'm not sure it's gonna work.
He said on stage when he sort of and by the way, there's a good chance that he won't even end up running at all because of a bunch of stuff. I don't know, but he said on stage, I think it was at Queen's Park, wherever he was. he started touting his business chops as the vice president of development company. He knows how things work. He knows how the big deep wheeler and dealers do things. And I wish someone was there to go like this. Where do the garbage bags come into play? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Is it okay?
He's
So let me ask you,
merchandise.
Josh,
He's touting his
this is
business.
for
He's
you.
touting his business. Oh.
Is it weird that I actually admire his conviction? Like I'm like that fucking guy is still around. Like wow, it's almost like good for you. You're still
right.
You're still trying.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is.
Josh said he wanted to hop in to talk about
Go ahead.
something. What did you want to talk about, Josh?
There's a lot of things I want to talk about.
All right, let's talk about it. You can bring us back. Obviously, you're just getting in now. So if you want to
It's better
reel it
get
back.
better. Come on. Better get better. Go, Josh.
Yeah, no, the
go
mayoral
ahead.
race is crazy. I work in Toronto, so you tell me.
What do you want me to
There's
tell
a
you?
lot of things. Who do we have running? We have Chris Guy. We have exactly. Who's the next? No.
Yeah. No, it's
Can't
true.
do it. I can't do it.
No. I'm. Come on, stop.
I'm just kidding.
Stop being a dick. What's the?
Josh, you're still
seriously,
in.
what is like? Is
Better get
there
better.
is there an actual tangible candidate? You guys like James? Do you know?
Jordan Peterson.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen. This is what I think that they're either going to go super practical or super insane. So it's either going to be James Pasternak, who's a counselor, who's the most conservative, probably the Tory ally or whatever, on council,
Fair.
and that would be the practical choice because he's known locally and everything. It's going to be a completely out of left field, outlandish pick, like a Jordan Peterson or that bumbling nephew of theirs, Michael Ford.
Oh, Michael
or something
Ford?
like, or something
Yeah.
like that.
What about
Ford yes-man. A
What
Ford
about
yes-man.
Josh
yes.
Matlow? What about Josh Matlow? Anybody?
Not really.
Bradford?
Okay. So as a guy way out west, your fucking guys are telling me that Chris Guy is an actual mayoral candidate.
Yes.
Not yet. Not
yet,
officially.
but
Not officially.
Not
Not
officially.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to track here because
but
There's
no,
like a
Chris,
50-50 chance he won't even run at all. Like,
Let me
you know.
let me
All right,
tell.
he's
Let
making
me
a bunch
tell.
of fucking noise right now.
Oh yeah, let me tell Chris as somebody from the largest metropolis in the country that you live in
Yeah.
is rudderless right now. Just so you know, and
I'm
nobody
getting that.
knows who's going to take up the slack. Nobody.
We've
knows.
been here before,
All right,
guys.
you're-
We've been
you're
here
just
before.
Amen. Okay, sure. Yeah.
We've been here before when Rob Ford was mayor, and he had to take a leave of absence
Yeah,
because
good
he had
point.
all those. You know, he had a couple of issues.
Personal problems.
We got this bike lane guy that wants to create 15-minute communities out here. They
Oh,
make.
I
If
always
you ever
forget
saw the
about
movie
law.
District 9, that's going to be Edmonton in 20 years. But anyway,
In 20 minutes.
Josh just did a good lock slam. That was funny.
I always tell. I don't know if you guys know on Twitter I'm JM, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, what am I on Twitter? I don't even know. But I'm Gray on Twitter.
Okay. Oh,
And-
yeah. Okay.
And
yeah, I know who you are now.
And I was at that Trudeau thing. So
well, he's
Which
done a
Trudeau
couple
thing?
things. So you got to be
Local 27.
specific.
Local 27.
Which one?
In Bonn,
Oh.
Go on.
where
When?
everybody hated it. And it was like, oh my goodness.
Can you
Red
be more
Rebel
specific?
News was there. Blah, blah, blah. It was so stupid.
Like recently.
Yeah, just recently, just around the week.
It's happened to him like a half a dozen times now, at least.
Was the Ukraine thing?
No, not the Ukraine thing. It was Local 27 is in Bonn.
Oh, yeah, the union thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All
We
right.
saw
Yeah. And
all the buildings that they kind of like
Yeah.
fake and build and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah. All right. Is there anything else you want us to pivot back to? You want to talk about? Because you were saying some stuff in the comments there, but we didn't get to you. We kind of moved on to a few.
Yeah,
other
you
things.
get the mic, bro.
Yeah, it's all you, man.
Oh wow! I gotta go back to the comments.
He's got to go and see where he was mad. Where did James
What the
piss me
fuck
off?
was I mad?
There you go.
Where
I
did
never
James-
got mad at James? I
I'm
never
just
get mad at
kidding.
James.
I know James is good.
James and And
I'm gonna take
always
you
watch-
out, James, for eating on camera. You fucking pleb.
This is my black cake that I'm still enjoying.
And by
so
the way, I
far.
always watch Chris's podcast too.
Yeah, Fire for Effect is a great
Thanks, dude.
podcast.
I appreciate that, brother.
So no problem. And I told you,
No love for the Lynn's report. I noticed, but whatever.
Wow.
I do watch. I do listen. Well, the problem is
Tried to reject
listen,
him.
it's
I gotta
audio
listen.
only.
Josh,
I tried to reject him. You could have been spared all that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
here's
the
my
worst,
shame.
right?
Here's my shame.
Well, you wear that turquoise.
Yeah. Listen, you got the
sweatshirt.
floor,
Why
buddy.
wouldn't you wear
Whatever-
that?
Oh,
Whatever
you
wanna bring up.
cocksucker.
Whatever you want to bring up, let's talk about it.
Josh, I like you. I do.
I do
actually
too,
like you
man.
on Twitter. He's great on Twitter. He's actually one of my favorites on
Yeah,
Twitter.
Now that I know who he is on Twitter,
No, you are good on
yeah,
Twitter.
I like that guy
No,
for
'cause-
sure, man.
Because nobody actually knows who I am.
And that's a good thing though. Good for you. I miss my days of obscurity on Twitter. I really do. Because I used to be able to make like funny cracks and like local
You know
people
what?
that knew
Here's the
me
thing,
were like,
though,
"Oh,
like-
that's funny." I'd get like 6 likes. Now,
Anonymity is cool until
So
you're
all
that
my
shit
family is from
talking kind,
Finland,
right?
and I have nephews and nieces in Ukraine, and that's why I get.
Oh, much respect,
very-
man.
yeah. Sorry, man. You hear
It's
from them a
okay.
lot?
Not really.
Yeah, fucking
Really?
imagine.
It's really hard. Very hard, actually.
No. 1 year anniversary of that war.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Fire for Effect podcast in the works for the 1 year, isn't there? Chris?
I think so. I kind of fucking
Do I have to stop eating cake because we're talking about this?
No,
don't keep eating cake. I'm probably gonna do a
You can
thing
have it and
tomorrow.
eat it.
Me and Morgan are gonna go on. We're gonna talk about 1 year and what happened and what we think are gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Because I was supposed to take a break so I can go to Mexico and get fucked up. I'm like, oh, it's the 1 year, and I kind of have some shit I want to talk about. So it feels like I might go live tomorrow with Morgan. He's in, so we're probably gonna go live tomorrow, man. Josh, you wanna
Good.
come on? You come on. I'll take anybody on. Who wants to come on? Let me know. Get at me.
Look at that. This is my favorite when he makes promises when he's wasted. And he's
No,
gonna
no,
go
no.
on to-
I'm
and
not wasted
tomorrow he's
yet.
gonna be like, "Oh shit,
Buddy,
what did I say?
I'm just
trying-
like 10
I'm
minutes ago.
trying
that
to
you
get
were
wasted, but we're up here.
what did I
Yeah,
say?"
no.
Well,
You smoke-
He's
you
gonna
smoke
have
weed,
Jimmy
Chris?
on tomorrow. It's gonna be great.
I get a lot of weed from the government, buddy. I give most
Yeah,
of it
Oh,
away.
I got a picture. I should totally find that
I don't know if you
picture
know
that
that
Chris
you-
sent
Find
me.
that picture.
the union gives out free weed now.
Is that
The
right?
Union, yeah.
Mhm.
Actually,
yeah, but how the
you're
fuck
right.
do you get on? Okay, what's your
So nothing has changed.
so Josh? What's your trade? What's your trade?
I'm a carpenter.
Okay, so you can get on site without piss testing.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, fuck, you're doing good then. Most people
I'm a
can't. man.
super-
You know what? I'm never ejecting you again. Seriously, I love
See?
that answer. You just earned your lifetime pass of not getting ejected. Well done.
Oh, look who's
No,
friends now.
You know what? I'm a big advocate of fucking miracle marijuana.
Cutting in and out.
He's cut himself out.
Miracle marijuana. Miracle
I should,
marijuana.
right?
Medicinal marijuana is the
There he
thing.
goes.
Yeah.
I can't find that picture, but Chris sent me a picture not that long ago. It was really funny. It was
I
right
just gotta
after
reload today.
it was. What's that? Oh, did you? Yeah. Well, right after Chris was here in Ontario for the Wine Fest, which he wasn't here for the Wine Fest. He was here for a visit, but then
I came for a visit and suddenly we got tasked out.
I know. So, we were talking while he was here, saying about how he's got, I get this medical marijuana, blah blah blah. I'm like, and in Ontario, now it's like no big fucking deal. Whatever. There's a dispensary every time you
Yeah.
turn around, right? So he gets home and he sends me a picture. And
$400 a month.
he sends me a picture. I wish I could find the picture you sent me. And I've never
There's a
seen
lot of
that much
fucking weed,
government
buddy.
weed in a box in my life. I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. And I don't know why it's gone. It's I figured it would be in my history. Oh, you know what? It's probably on my old phone. But
Your old phone,
Yeah.
your burner.
yeah, my Walter White phone. But I was fucking dying. I'm like, for a guy that doesn't partake a whole lot, you had a whole lot. So
Yeah, I kind of help. I like to spread love, So fucking, I hook people up. I do use it for me. And here's the thing, right? as a military guy, you fucking grew up. Weed's evil. You can't smoke weed. It was like the zero tolerance, blah, blah, blah on every base. And then suddenly it's like, yeah, you guys are all fucked up and maybe you need to try this out. And I was like, eh. And then I did. And I'm very lightweight on weed as it is, like extremely lightweight on weed. But I do enjoy the good folks at the Veteran Farmer who I've plugged on my pod and Spectrum Therapeutics have got me onto these, nighttime regime that helps me sleep better and manage my fucking problems and stuff. So it's a good thing.
Do you find it's helping better than
it
pharmaceutical stuff?
I mean, oh fuck yeah! Like I never would have thought that. I honestly wouldn't have thought that. Because I was that fucking redneck dude, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, try this. And I just got a few of my buddies on there, and they're like, well, fuck that shit. I'll go suck on fucking cow sperm, whatever.
What?
I'm like,
welcome
no,
back, Ashley.
Sorry, Ashley, jumped in at the wrong time.
All right.
But I'm like, no,
I'll roll
listen
with
to
it.
me. And these guys are like legit. Okay, Chris, you're like the most redneck motherfucker we know, like that right dress guy. I said, just try this out. Just the CBD pills at night to help you sleep, keep the demons at bay. Like for guys like us to have a full night's sleep, which means more than 4 hours in a row.
No shit.
Is a fucking big deal to us. So to have that. Man, I haven't had that in a long time. And the people I deal with, like I said, Veterans Farmer and fucking Spectrum Therapeutics, have got me there. And that's a thing that I would have scoffed at. Well, over a year ago, I would have.
You've got a guy on your podcast too. That's
I do, Bryce Hooper. Yeah,
Bryce is dealing with psychedelics a lot now. And,
so that's the next thing.
Isn't he in Toronto right now? He's in Toronto right now, isn't he?
He was down in Calgary. He's on the move a lot because they're doing a lot of experimentation. Because that's the next thing is fucking shroomers. Exactly, Josh.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I fucking love mushrooms. That's my favorite drug on earth.
For you.
I don't do the hard shit, but I love
like
the
to
zoomer.
see things.
I love.
Like,
the
are you
zoomer.
microdosing them, or are you taking them like?
So the thing with mushrooms is, and I learned this from some good friends of mine who may or may not work in radio. It's a little bit at a time. So I grind them up, put them in some cream cheese on a cracker, like you're having a fucking goddamn charcuterie board.
Like how people in Alberta do ivermectin. Yeah. Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Smash it.
Very nice.
Give it its 40 minutes. Ride that wave.
Apple
let
flavored.
it come down, and then do it again. Like to manage psychedelics is a little bit more than smoking some weed. But to be honest with you, I tell you right now, I far more enjoy that space with psychedelics. I think I use different. I use
here, Bakes. You're right.
weed for different pain and everything, but I enjoy that ride. I enjoy the time that I'm in that moment, but. I've also seen it go too far to the fucking right. If you fucking do too much of that shit, guys go fucking right off the fucking reservation.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you got to like, whoa. So it's a lot of work, but I mean, I think there's benefits.
But as a therapeutic, so you can see the benefit in it, right? Like you see where...
it's not a prescription thing at this point, but I know it's being discussed, and Bryce is working on that shit. I think I see the benefits, but here's the reality. Don't believe the fucking hype. I do not believe that like mushrooms, for example, are good for everybody. Because
I don't think it's a cure-all. Like we all try to pretend weed was.
That I know should fucking never do mushrooms ever, even this much.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, we're talking about how.
I don't think it's you, James.
We're talking about mushrooms.
I just heard mushrooms.
Psilocybin making its way back into helping people like Chris.
It has its place,
people
but it depends on the person, the circumstance. I think that's what I'm saying.
I totally get it. Like I have to like remind myself that everyone's different, and because I only do hero doses. I don't do anything lower than a hero dose.
Somebody was just saying. Your friend Shane was saying hero's journeys. We were talking 5 grams, 5 grams or more.
There's a threshold that you to the hero dose for me personally that is more comfortable than if I'm more comfortable doing 6 grams than I am doing 3.
Okay.
It's just it's a better experience. It's not the
So
intensity
you need to
of
get
it
pushed
necessarily.
right over.
I need to go to outer space. That's what I
Okay,
call it.
yeah.
I go to outer space. The ones that I did this summer, which unfortunately I had to take care of somebody that took the same mushrooms and like almost basically died. You know, like there was a lot of stuff happening. And but when I was on my own and I was walking through these grounds, 'cause I was staying at this like mansion in Creemore or whatever, and I was walking through these grounds, it literally looked like I mean, everything was vibrant in a way that made it look like a painting. That's what it looked like to me, and I looked like I was in this painting, and I was walking
That's what
around.
They do. They absolutely amplify your fucking oral.
It was amazing.
Visual
I loved
sense.
it.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
I want to play golf on mushrooms. I'm telling you right now. This summer, I'm gonna get
fucking
high
crazy.
fucking mushrooms.
See that?
I'm
See, I'm
golf.
already bad at sports. I don't need.
No,
You can see the
I'm-
trail
that.
of the ball.
I shoot in the high 90s anyway. Fuck it. I got nothing to lose. Let's go.
That's good content. That's good content.
That would
Let's
be
do
good
that.
content.
Let's.
Yeah.
I want to do that. I'll shoot it like
Buddy, I'm gonna come to
187. or
Ontario,
something.
James, and you and me are gonna go do fucking golf on mushrooms.
Yes, yes.
Let's do
And
it.
I'll
Ryan,
produce it. And
look to
no, you know what I'll do?
Frank
I'll do like
golf.
Fox.
It has to be
News.
night golfing.
I'll do
It
like
has to be
Fox,
night golfing, though.
I'll do like
Is that a
Fox
thing?
did with hockey. Remember when they used to make the puck streak?
I don't
I'll
care
do
if
that
it's
in the
night.
video.
Yes.
I'm gonna book my flight out to Ontario,
So
and me and
stupid.
James are gonna go golfing high as fucking mushrooms, and Ryan's gonna produce it.
Yeah.
You heard it here
I'm in.
first. It's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Okay.
All right.
right.
All right.
That's right.
And
So
actually,
you want
James,
to go shoot?
in James's neighborhood, there is actually not
Josh, you're
not
coming.
very far. There's some pretty good golf courses up that way too. So
There
He's
is.
got
Oh,
golf
yeah.
courses every 3.
Oh, I have a golf course literally right beside my house.
yeah, you've got places
Oh,
that
yeah.
are
Well,
not bad in your neck of
Wolf's
the woods.
Head or
Yeah.
something.
Doesn't
Yeah.
everybody in
I got a
Ontario have a
free
golf course
golf
beside
course
their
in
house? Because
Richmond
that's
Hill.
how
Pretty
it feels
much.
like
Oh,
golf out here.
Josh just said he's got a hookup in Richmond Hill that we can hit up. There we
Let's
go.
line it up.
All right.
All right.
I
I'm
am
in.
totally doing fucking mushrooms.
Josh,
golf.
do you do Josh? I didn't catch it. Josh, are you a shrooms guy or no?
Have you tried them?
No,
No, I'm
You
not
should.
either.
I'm a
I'm not,
type 1
it's not my thing.
diabetic.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I don't know
so
what that,
that
means
doesn't
for
work
shrooms.
then.
I might. I just don't.
No,
I'm
no, but
terrified.
no. I'm asking. That's the question. Is just if you're a type 1 diabetic, does that not work with mushrooms?
Insulin injections. I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
it's medicated already.
You don't wanna
I don't know.
I gave you a lifetime pass from exemption from ejection, which means that I gave you an injection.
Type 1's the one. It's not the
Anyway.
fat guy diabetes, right?
No, it's not the fat guy.
It's
But do you-
So if
do
you see me,
do
I'm not a fat
fucking-
guy.
Do you smoke weed? Like, do you smoke weed?
No, I don't. I don't like.
Okay, so you avoid all that bullshit, but you drink.
All right, so
Christy's
maybe we'll
pissed
get
now.
you to produce this show.
Yeah.
Christy's really pissed right now.
I feel like I'm
Yeah,
pushing
that's
shit
right.
on the guy,
That's
right?
right.
You know, like, yeah, I got a lot of friends that are diabetic. I just didn't know if mushrooms or weed or anything would fuck with that. So
Well, mushrooms actually, like you can't if you take an SSRIs for a lot of years, mushrooms have a lesser impact on you. I don't know if you knew that.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
like,
Army Chris's beer sponsor is telling him he's drinking horrible beer. Just saying.
You've been told.
Yes, but if that beer supplier runs his can for mayor, then Army Chris will vote for it, right? So
Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
it's good promotion. Actually, you should do that. You should run your dude.
That
Stone
happens.
Stone One. You should literally create an ad campaign where your can of beer runs for mayor. A total
That's
like five ad campaign. I'm gonna write it and direct it. Give me money.
let's
Positive
money.
Mike.
No more
That's
politics.
Positive Mike from Positive
we-
Mike's Brewing.
Is
Okay,
positive Mike
positive
up? Mike, how you doing? Can we not all agree that we have all
I love his beer.
geopolitically across the province, or sorry, across the country,
Country,
never
yeah.
more fucked up when it comes to making a decision on politics. Like, it's just so
and
bad.
beer. And beer.
And beer.
Don't
It's
try
like
and pivot this back to
anybody
politics,
I
you piece
talk
of
to-
shit.
I could call people in BC, Saskatchewan,
fired.
Manitoba, fucking Ontario. I don't talk to too many people in Quebec, a few people. In Maritimes, I'm like, who's your go-to guy? They're like, bro, we're fucked out here. I'm like, us
Yeah.
too. Like, I just don't know. if
Cool.
any province in this country.
Great. We're
has-
talking about
like,
shrooms and golf. Fuck off. Stop talking about politics.
Thank you for that.
Are you coming to Ontario? Actually,
Yeah, he is. He's coming in
Yes,
June,
I
he
am.
said.
Yeah. I was just out there, and when the hell was I out there? A couple months ago, doing the night.
Well, when we did the wine fest, when was?
Yeah, man, I'm
January.
coming out again because Ashley and Ryan are good friends. They're good people.
I got
Well,
Richmond
freaking
Hill
delightful.
Yeah,
I still have that fucking thing.
Yeah, where was the date? Just as 2023. I don't know. It was like January. It was
It was a
January,
good time.
wasn't it?
It was a good
I
time.
know.
A lot of
And
fun.
also, yes, I know I live in Whitby, but
I
Richmond
can
Hill
tell
is
you,
hookups.
Oh, so you're like in between me and James then.
I grew up
That
in
would be.
Whitby.
Yeah, we can tell.
that's before he went to Weyburn to improve his
Josh
life.
is peeing on the air right now. Like,
Josh,
But
Yeah,
he's
we gotta
really
run.
taking advantage of that no ejection policy. Isn't he?
Teens.
Josh is
Well,
like, you fucking guys got anything fun to say?
he's just taking a piss. You know, I can't fault him. He's diabetic. It could
Josh,
be
I
a
want you to be
diabetic
happy you
thing.
never had to go to
just pouring
Weyburn.
I'm
That's
just
one,
pouring
buddy.
another drink.
Oh, Weyburn's awful.
What are you
All
drinking?
right.
Rum and Diet Coke.
Rum and Diet Coke.
That's a good
That-
Diet
I
Coke.
don't think that
My
Diet
aunt
Coke's
Brian
good
used to
for
drink
you.
that.
That's a
My
good
Aunt Brian-
diabetic.
that was my
I
Aunt
gotta
Brian's
check
drink.
My,
Aw.
But isn't that aspartame shit bad for you? That diet crap?
Everything's bad for you some way.
Yeah, everything's bad for you at some point.
Yeah.
Guess
You're
what?
gonna
We're
die
all gonna
somehow.
die.
Just fucking pick what you like.
Yeah.
Well, I learned that right away when I landed in the Hamilton airport. I'm like, this is bad for you. This fucking
Yeah.
place is bad for you.
I love when people say, "Oh, you eat hot dogs." You know that every hot dog you eat takes 12 minutes off your life. It's like, yeah, but that's like the end of the diaper shitting. Fucking, you can't remember your fucking name. You don't know your wife years. So you know what? I'll
They're
eat
all
the hot dogs
parts of
now.
your life you don't care about anyway, man.
Yeah, I'll eat them now, and I don't care. I hope I die like at 71. That's fine.
All
And that
right.
way,
So
that
it's
shit
funny
doesn't-
that you mentioned that. People are like, what's your retirement plan? I'm like, okay, here's my retirement plan. I retire. The next day I buy a fucking $10,000 flying
Very
squirrel
laughing.
costume.
I can't stop.
Right? You buy a
Yeah.
flying squirrel costume. 10 grand. Those fuckers aren't cheap, man. And then you jump off a fucking cliff,
Okay.
but you never took any lessons, and boom, you're done.
Okay.
So you want to retire and die the next day by
Well, actually, no,
throwing
hang on,
yourself
hang
off the
on.
cliff
Never said
in a
that.
really
That sounds
expensive.
like
That's
That's
yeah,
not
right.
morbid.
He didn't say
That's
that.
actually day 2. Day 1, I'm gonna get fucking loaded out of my
All
mind.
right, just checking.
Day 2 of retirement.
Day one's going to be just like before retirement.
Just like it was before retirement.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm, in
I'm
that
just writing that
squirrel
one down.
costume. So it's like all these fucking assholes. Like, do we have enough money to save?
Don't
up
try
for
to change me,
retirement?
baby.
I'm like, all these people who don't have enough money for retirement. Like, you're planning your retirement wrong. You're doing it wrong.
Why
Fucking
save-
2 days, man. That's all you
suit
need.
Unalive.
Can
I'm
you
going to work.
imagine?
You got that, Ashley? You're writing that down?
Yep.
How
Imagine
about
you're
all
flying
those
through the
kids?
air, you're fucking flying squirrel thing.
Got it.
Sorry, how about
There's a
all
mountain.
those kids
Fucking
saving
done.
money?
Boom.
I
Saving
saw
money
it.
and thinking their kid or their parents are saving money for them. You're like,
Yeah,
your parents are spending all their money.
that's right.
Right.
What's
Yeah.
wrong
I
with
saw
you?
an old guy today, and I swear to God,
Today.
this is not a fucking like we embellish and we tell
Yeah.
stories. This is not a
Yeah,
story.
okay.
So today I went out, asked Ashley why I went out to go get, I swear to God, yogurt because we were making like chicken, like Indian chicken. So I'm like,
He
fuck, I
did.
need yogurt. So I fuck off to the Freshco here in town,
He
and
fucked
I'm leaving.
right off.
And
Fucked right off.
as
Oh,
I'm
right
walking
off,
out,
bud.
there's an old guy in
right
front of
off.
me. All right, this old dude, and he's walking, and he's not. You know how you can tell like when old people are uncomfortable in life, like they're just like.
Well, that's called
Yes.
dementia, but anyway.
No, it was like when they're like old
Stiff.
when
They
it
walk
just
like
hurts
they
to
walk
be
like
alive.
C-3PO, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're
Like,
like
but
this.
this guy is
In
literally. No,
Diapers.
he is. He looks like he's upright. He's retaining fluid still. He's like he's walking with purpose, but you can tell he's like old. Like he's in probably late 70s, early 80s. And I said, you know, good for him. He's on his own. He's walking out. I swear to God, he's got his buggy, and he's in front of me, and he's slower than I am. So I'm not, but I'm not being a dick because he's an old guy, and he's kind of blocking the way. He does the hand sanitizer on his way out, and like whatever, okay, we all believe
Okay.
in fairy tales. It's fine,
I'm
and
with
he
you so
just
far.
keeps on going. And as he's walking, he goes, "Ugh." And I thought to myself, I'm looking at him because I'm kind of like now at this point, I'm like off to the side of him, and I'm looking at him like he either shit himself or he just hates fucking life. Like he realizes now I've got to get all the way to my fucking car with this food that I'm gonna eat. Some of it might expire before I expire. I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen here. Like I'm looking and I'm like, and it made me think about what I just said about that whole hot dog eating thing. He just doesn't want to be here anymore. There was nothing around him that was making him angry or annoyed. It was just a general.
Just generally done. Yeah,
Maybe
he's
he
just done with being there.
It would be so funny if inside his head he was just like, "Oh, there's bearded Baldo staring at me and analyzing me again."
I was behind. He didn't even know I was there. He didn't.
Do you
know I
guys
was
think
there.
you have a time stamp on how long you want to live, or a fucking cognizant?
I don't want to be taken care of.
So
would you want to know? That's a great question, by the way.
I think once the catheter bag makes an appearance, I'm out. I think.
That's a good one.
Fair.
Would you want to know? Like, if somebody said to you, if somebody came, it's very fucking out of this world. But if they said, "I can tell you the day and time you're gonna die," would you want to know?
Yeah, because I think I would because I think I'm so fucking narcissistic. I think I would be able to change it.
No, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'll tell you why. Because
that's me.
Even
That's
if you
me
do,
and fucking
even if-
definitely me.
Listen,
What am I going to do? I'm going to stay in bed that day, Dick. I ain't going out.
Even if you told me the date and time I was going to die, here's the thing in all the movies.
There he is. He's dying now.
Oh, that'd be great content.
Listen, there's the trick part. It's all the shit leading up to it. Like the minute you're in a chair, shitting yourself, which might happen on any given Sunday. But anyway, the point is, the minute I'm there, I'm like, I already have instructions
tomorrow.
Dave. Push me off the fucking cliff.
How did you color your wall?
Right?
No, all right, Josh. If
cliff.
you knew, would you
Josh,
like if you had the opportunity, would you want to know?
Why? Because I'm a type 1.
No. Leave that on.
I'm done making fun of you for being diabetic. Okay.
Who cares?
I know you're weak. You're probably allergic to peanut butter too, but whatever.
Josh, let's say you're the healthiest motherfucker on earth. If you could
I'm
know,
allergic
what would
to
you say?
fungus.
Oh, don't ever come to Alberta then, because like it's
No.
like when I was there,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
eight out of 10 people had
Just
toe
looking
fungus.
at
It was
the
crazy.
4 of you on TV. Oh God.
Fuck you! You won't even turn your camera on. Would you want to know though, Josh? Seriously, would you want to know if you could if you were given? Yeah,
That's a hard question.
it is a tough one, isn't
It
it?
is a tough question. You're not
If
wrong.
you really want to, no, it's too dark.
Okay, so what if you were given a Sophie's choice? If you could know the day and time that you were gonna die, or if you knew the way you were gonna die, but you had to pick one. Which one would it be?
And figure out how I can make the most money before. Yeah, 100%.
No,
fair.
no, I didn't give you an option C.
I would rob a bank 100% before.
Yeah, especially if you knew the day. Why not?
And get my parents
Because you could go to jail for like 30 years.
I'm gonna
He's gonna die,
anyway.
man. He's going down range anyway.
Oh, like
Turns out
you
it was
try to
just-
rob a bank on the day that you're supposed to
Yeah.
die? Well, then you're going to get shot.
I don't go
Well,
first,
okay,
right?
but oh no, do it the day before.
I would do the way. The way for
Die
me.
harder.
The way?
Yeah,
all right.
yeah,
So
that's
all
right.
right.
Fair,
So the way
that's
or the way or the day, guys.
The way.
Would you have the
for
way
me.
or the day?
The way for me. Because if they're like, you're going to die in a big crowd, I'd just be agoraphobic for the rest of my life. It'd be great. I got to cheat the system. I have to be able to cheat the system, and that's why I would say way instead of when.
Why do you think I stuck my finger in Myrtle Beach with a fucking needle? I need to cheat the system too.
I
get
stun
it.
gunned a guy. Oh, can I tell my other Myrtle Beach story since you went there? 'Cause-
Well, hang on, Ashley.
Oh, right.
Way or
Yeah.
day? Ashley, way or day? Would you like to know the way you were going to die or the day you were going to die?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. I think maybe.
I know we didn't give you any time to think of this, but
Maybe. No, it's tough.
oh, Charlie.
And the dog-
Charlie
the dog is yelling
Charlie
as
wants to
well.
talk about it.
Listen, we all saw Terminator 2. There's no fate but what you make. So it's
Stop
okay.
playing with the lights, Ryan.
By the way, I
I
have 2
think-
dogs beside me too.
Maybe.
And they don't make a
maybe the
noise.
way.
Ryan, you're allowed to eject people.
I think the way.
Whoa.
The way?
Yeah.
You'd rather know the way than the day.
Yeah, I think so.
But wouldn't that make you on edge every day of your life? Past that
Well,
point?
I guess it depends on
Well,
what it is.
yeah. What if it's like you fall in the Grand Canyon? All right then.
Guess
I ain't
that's
going to
not where
fucking-
I'm going.
What if it's you die
By
in a
the time I
traffic
get to
accident?
Arizona. You know, it'd be funny if you were in a
That's
plane
believable.
and the plane
That's
crashed
whatever.
into the Grand Canyon. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, well, that's pretty specific. But what if somebody was said? What if they were told you're going to die in a traffic accident?
Yeah,
And
like
that's
that
it.
could be
That's all you know.
anywhere.
So you're never getting in a car
Yep.
again. You're never getting on a bus. You're never ever taking any sort of transportation
To be
ever
fair,
again.
you could
Dude.
you could die in a traffic accident.
That
as
could
a
also mean pedestrian. Yeah.
so
One-
like,
one-
you're pretty fucked at that point.
One of the reasons I don't have a driver's license is because I became obsessed with this thought when I was in like, I don't know, I think it was like 24 or 20, something like that, of how many car accidents and deaths and everything that there are, and how my percentage of possibly dying, my risk factor, whatever you want to call it, is so much higher if I have a driver's license than if I don't. Because
Yeah.
I spend so much less time in cars than anyone else I know.
It's true.
And now I don't want to get my driver's license ever again because I know that when I do, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to die in a car accident
gonna
and
die
I'm
in the
going to
car
be
accident.
behind the wheel. I'm absolutely going to, that will happen. I know it will. And so I will never get my driver's license. Much to the chagrin of every single person that relies on me. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But
yeah, it's an interesting question. I've always thought that was pretty funny. And you know what made me think of it? I saw a meme on whatever Twitter or something, and it was a picture of like, have you seen the Olsen twins lately? They're absolutely
Yeah.
fucking. They look
Oh,
like ghouls,
yeah, no.
right?
I sent you
it's
that.
and they're staring at you in the picture because you could tell they was taken like off. They were off their game, and it was like looks like two people that are able to tell you how you die and when you die.
Yeah.
And they're staring at you through the picture, and I thought it was funny. And I wow, it's actually a really great question. How and when?
yeah.
It's based on the fates, and they had the one that knew how, the one that knew.
Are they
Yeah.
really, are they
one that
really
would have
like,
string.
are they really like orange or anything like that? Because that would mean that they'd really be the Tanners.
Get the fuck out.
Did you seriously just
See, Chris
fucking?
knows about the fates.
The Fates.
Oh, thank you, everybody.
Oh,
Just saying.
wow!
Yeah. Dad
I'd be
joke.
the
This
asshole
is the, I'm
string
going to call
player.
this the dad joke episode, I think.
I need a brake squealing sound
But,
effect. Apparently,
Yeah, man.
Here you go.
We're close, guys.
Get all
We're
the
close, I
sound
think.
effects. I get one of those road boards you have.
No one's listening to me.
Oh, it's a good time.
I'm listening to James.
it
It's
happens
a
all
really
the time.
good time.
James, you
I
end
don't
up
want to leave
leaving
my
every
own
time.
show again, but I'm so tired. I'm just like,
Where did where's
Okay,
the-
2 weeks ago you fucked off high as fuck out of your own show and then forgot you
You
were even
did.
on it, man. That's
Yeah.
a true story.
what
Good
show?
times. Exactly.
Me and Ryan were talking about today. I was in 2 weeks ago. James just walked away.
No,
And he
my
came
daughter
back,
vomit.
what?
No, I had a vomit situation, and the dog
Oh,
was
did you
eating.
really?
The dog was eating it. Yeah,
Well, then
You
what's the
fucking-
situation? It took care of itself.
it was all over the bed. You could smell it when you walked in. I almost threw up on the dog. Like I was like,
Don't.
Would have been like that Family Guy thing.
Yeah.
and then my son be
vomiting.
eating the. Who would eat the puke off the dog? 2 dogs, 1 puke. Oh.
You need another dog.
Stop saying words.
Bro, listen,
now.
bro. It's your show. We can wrap this shit up right now if you want.
Oh no, I'm okay for now. But I have to work at 10 in the morning too. But it doesn't matter.
Do you really?
Or
Yeah, but that's at the library, so I really just do whatever I want.
Is that?
At the end of the day.
Oh, in Edmonton, the only thing libraries are for is like drug dealers. That's it.
I don't have any of those. That's surprisingly.
So, no, this is a true story.
It'd be pretty
we're at the-
easy to spot where
we're at
James
the
lives.
We're at the Provincial Pub, which is on White Avenue in Edmonton.
Be right
And
back.
me,
One more
Grant,
drink.
Grant Johnson from 95.7 Cruise FM are sitting outside having a smoke. And we're watching these fucking guys come up to there's a drive-through where you can drop off your books or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who the fuck is dropping off books at 1:45 a.m.? Like 100% that's drugs. That's 100% drug deals. So that's what I think the public libraries in Edmonton are for now. Is drug deals.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair.
But apparently you can actually go in and do podcasts in there. Like they have studios.
Shut
now.
up.
It's
That
no,
sounds amazing.
no legit.
Oh, audio podcast though. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like they have full. To be fair, after I just shit on them, they legit have studios where you can book the space cheap as fuck and go in and do a podcast.
You know what I would do? I would record my demo there. I would play beats and just
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that Edmonton public libraries have done is evolved beyond, back when we grew up, books, because I don't know if they're a thing anymore.
Books.
What?
Books. Yeah, you can go in and rent.
I work in a library.
Cheap as shit, good quality soundproof studio space, and do a pod. And I was like, wow, I just thought you guys dealt drugs out of those spaces, but apparently you do more.
A part of me
More
wished
than
that
just drugs. More than just drugs.
Yeah, a part of me wished I started off just doing audio podcast.
Yeah,
it could have saved me
It's
so much of a
fantastic.
head. It could have saved me so much of a headache.
Do you know what's
I-
funny?
I've done 206 shows, and I have had headaches about 197 times.
We talked about this.
I knew I wanted to do video right out of the gate.
Yeah.
I did, because I believe in the full fucking experience of, it really exasperates the thing, right?
Yeah.
But
Even though you have way too much headspace in your shot right now, but okay.
yeah, fuck, I
Go
know.
on.
Just give me a minute here. But when you looked at it, when I look at my analytics, which are actually disappointing,
It's okay.
I
So is my
saw
wife.
that all of my downloads and shit are audio.
Yeah.
I'm going,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's where
it's like
that's
that
where
for
all
almost
of it is.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Even the Dean Blundell
Yeah.
show is the same way. Just
I
so
know.
you guys know.
I'm going, well, fuck, man. I'm trying to create this visual experience. Like all this bullshit you see behind me, I've created this and I love it. But it's like when I look at the analytics, 98% of my content is absorbed on audio only.
Yep.
You know what though? It depends on what you do, because I just realized as I'm sitting here now that I do the interview I did before this show tonight wouldn't
Yeah.
have been as good if it was just audio,
That's how I'm going to
Yeah,
experience
that's how
it,
I
though.
think too, man.
because we can see each other.
It was because of the shirt.
And
she was
James, I
wearing.
believe in the visual experience. Like I created this environment back here to give
Dude,
the
I
fucking
got to-
consumer. You know what I mean?
I
right?
didn't. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I did an interview tonight where she said it was the best interview she's ever done. She literally said that, even though
Yeah.
I showed her this. Julie Black.
Well, she looks great.
Black
I
bald.
think
She looks
she looks
great.
fucking
Black
great,
bald.
though.
Come on, guys.
I do.
Julie Black.
Oh
like-
shit!
Yeah, Julie Black, and I'm bald.
Yeah.
Black bald, right?
Oh my god.
That was
Oh my
awesome.
god. I didn't
watched
even
that.
notice that.
You didn't notice that? That's the whole point of it. The whole fucking thing.
Oh my god. I just
Black
thought you
and
looked like
bald.
I thought she looked great, and you looked like a Make-A-Wish kid. But
Whatever, dude. I'm the guy beside Julie Black, so fuck you. You know, she's my.
But I
I'm gonna
honestly
send her a
believe-
song called Hall Pass.
I'm sure you are.
I honestly believe.
No, I wanna be
that
friends with her.
Girls
the thing
love,
was
by
gonna
the
be
way, when
you
you
No, no,
send
no.
them songs
and
that you
it's-
sing.
It's actually not.
I could eat a peach for hours.
And I run into all these people on the street around Edmonton. And they're like, "Oh yeah, I listen to your fucking shit while I'm jogging."
Actually, play the song. I want to play the song now.
Play the
All
song.
right, hang on. Go find
Yeah.
it then. I'll vamp while you find it. I think I have a really good idea. Josh, you still with us?
You still there?
Oh yeah.
All right, Josh.
it's probably time to
he's
go
Still,
anyways.
he's there in spirit anyway. I see his
like-
signal's red.
I'm done
But,
with you fucking guys, man.
No, he was still
Together
there.
now.
I think I've got a great idea. You know what we should do? Let's find a Bluetooth thing that can like port into Restream, where we could get Josh's sugar level for the entire show when he's watching.
Oh my god.
So we know
Oh
what's
my
going on with his,
Oh, that's the greatest thing I've ever heard.
and then we'll,
Yeah.
we'll
you
be
can
able
do
to.
that.
Josh, you gotta have a. Okay,
Josh
stop
is
the
like,
time.
"Fuck you guys, man."
Rum and real Coke this time, Josh. Rum and real Coke. It's getting low. All right, back to the diets.
Okay.
Can you hear that?
I just think. No.
Okay.
What are we looking for?
Nothing. I'm going to email it to you.
Josh, are you still with us?
Oh, you're going to email it to me and make me deal with this. Okay, great.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
No,
I don't know how
you're
to
the
deal with it.
You're the guy.
I have to attach it to a video file somehow, and then I have to fucking,
email is the best way to do this for what we're doing right now. I can port it right through. We're just not going to get any video. That's all.
You know what? The thing is about the track is about cunnilingus, right? And I think I sent the link.
This makes complete sense.
I sent the link to everyone last time, but it was supposed to be a joke. But here's the thing: to be perfectly honest with you, Josh is gone now because his internet sucks. So that doesn't count because he had one. When you have a red bar, it's not an ejection. It's just me cleaning house.
Fair.
So anyways, it's supposed to be like a dick in the box kind of joke. But then the last verse, I literally set the microphone on fire. I quoted Corrado Soprano.
Stick him in a cage, nick a time face, flicker in a clip, nick a set on your face, dirty like a dumb truck when I go and tongue fuck, what, bitch, be spinning like a nunchuck, flip it on the back, legs up, melt down on the peach tree, I'll be here for a while, till my jaw gets fucking tired, I know what my lips are for, I could eat a peach, yeah, I could eat a peach for hours, I know what my lips are for, I know what my lips are for.
It's a timeless classic, I won't lie.
It's gonna be good.
You taste just like the sweetest tree before the harvest comes. I hope that she asked me for a motherfucking marathon. My tongue is like a canyon. I'm running on adrenaline and venom to the promised land. I send them, then I get them wet again. It's better when the medicine is taken orally. It helps the mind, it helps the body, an invention to restart the soul. But pardon me, it ain't polite to speak when your dirty little mouth is full. But I know what my lips are for.
That's great.
I could eat a peach.
But the last verse. Ryan, you'll appreciate it because it's got Sopranos references.
All right.
I know what my lips are for, yeah. I know what my
I'm
lips
sorry, I did it
are
twice.
for.
That's
I
okay.
could eat a peach. I could eat a peach.
One
And by the way,
more
can you
time.
pause it for a sec? Pause it for a sec. The whole song was inspired by a Nicolas Cage line in Face Off where he was like, I could eat peach for hours. Okay, go ahead.
Shut the fuck up. Is that
That
right?
sounds like
Yeah,
I
Forrest
know
that's
what
Gump.
you're talking about,
Totally
man.
true.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, here you go. This last verse is fire if I do sing this.
Hey, Corrado Soprano, now listen, use a cunning linguist, but you're on a mission to be lost in superstition. It ain't weak to go down, son. I'm making no sound,
Vista.
son. It's like booty clappy, slippy, slappy, pappy ain't down, son. And even if you bother to witness your own behavior, you would fix it in an instant. But fuck it, it's not my business. What my business is eating peaches, heating up the seeds. It's the season of the witch, it seems so feasible. I'm reaching, it's official now. I'm teaching them reason. How to be a filthy heathen, bleeding hearts, beating swords, and feeling lost, so lost, yeah.
What?
I know what my lips are for. I could eat a peach, I could eat a peach for hours. I know what my lips are for. I know what my lips are for, yeah.
Why are
I
there
know
children?
what my lips are for. I could eat a peach, yes. I could eat a peach for hours.
Stop
I know
it. Don't
what my
show
lips
kids.
are
Seriously,
for.
get the fuck out.
I know what my lips are for.
Oh,
Damn children.
That kid loved this song. That was great.
that's funny.
Dude, fuck, I love that. That was really fucking good.
In a box. That's my new That's gonna be my TikTok launch video. I think.
That
Are you allowed to do
fucking
shit like that
great.
on TikTok? Are you allowed to swear and stuff?
It
on
really
TikTok?
is the evolution of music.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
Actually, they're under investigation by like a bunch of different privacy agencies here in this country as of today.
Don't worry about it.
Just saying.
Fine.
But,
fine,
but ladies and gentlemen, John Tory's grandson.
Stop it.
Fuck down, man.
Look at that little fucker going.
You know what the worst part is? That one of those children could have trace amounts of peach on them because John Tory picked them up and gave him a kiss. I'm just saying.
And one of those children will be the next president.
And
of the
I'm
United
dead.
States.
And I'm fucking dead.
They will be.
Nicely done, James.
Thanks.
Looks like Josh has gone silent on us.
Listen, I was the one that said we should have wrapped this up. I can't be held responsible for anything that happens after
I'm
that.
good to go. I'm
Well-
fucking hammered, buddy.
Thanks for the pre-humor and the humor.
Josh was muted the whole time by accident. I'm so sorry, Josh.
No, I did it. I
Sorry,
did it.
Josh.
Yeah, that's not ejecting.
Oh, all right.
I wasn't not. Come on, man.
He's
We
still
have to
here.
split the-
Yeah, he's still part of the
Yeah,
show.
he's still here. He's there. He's doing his thing.
So if you guys invite me back next Friday, I'll be in Mexico, and we're gonna go live, baby.
All right.
Wait a second. What is this? What, like, come
Yeah,
on.
no shit. You know what? Do you know why John Tory's grandson was there? Because I played the John Tory and Jason Kenny video, and they're playing every video that it's like a playlist of funny John Tory videos. Fucking calm down. This fucking audience here is fucking hilarious sometimes.
Oh no, come on. That little creepy ass kid,
Jesus
he'll be the next
Christ.
president.
I mean,
Fucking
it was.
hilarious.
It wasn't like. Here's the thing. I cringed a little, but
If you were joking,
I cringed
put
because I
an
think it's
LOL
funny.
at the end.
I cringe because I think it's funny. But not because I didn't want you to do it, though. That's the thing. But sometimes it does. I don't know. Maybe she meant it in a different way. But sometimes the comments come off like, "I really think you guys should have made a better choice." And when people say that or something like that, it gets. Yeah.
Like this is literally it's playing in the background. This is literally what's on there now. Like
that would have been funny too with that guy.
Yeah, of
man,
course
he could
it
eat a
would've
peach.
been. You know
He
what I
could eat a
mean?
peach for like seconds. right?
I don't think that man knows what his lips are for.
No, he's got a big caterpillar on the one, which could come in handy if he knew what he was doing, but he doesn't. Textures, right? It's all about texture.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that was.
Fucking hilarious.
We should cut this
Everybody
off
with it.
before I start making peach fuzz comments.
Hold on a second.
What? Because of that guy?
No,
Hi,
Ashley,
Ashley.
keep going.
Tell us all about it.
Yeah.
Tell us about what you're gonna say.
I just figured that this was going to devolve a lot further, and we're turning the lights off. I mean,
That's like an ejection. You just
no.
turn off all the lights. It's like, okay, go on.
Ryan's like he's got the fucking
Ryan's
he's got the
brutal.
clapper.
Yeah.
He's
This is
clapping
as
up
fast
there.
as strobe was. This is strobe light. Yeah, this is like doing a clapper with like a strobe light with clapper. Oh my god, look at it. Oh,
It's
that's
like
better.
being in a club in the 70s with the
Yeah,
clapper.
a key. No, it's like more like a key party. In this,
Yeah.
look at the lamps. That's gonna go on Stan's head any second now. Oh man.
Good
So
shit.
that
Fucking-
went well.
That segment was brought to you by Amazon Alexa.
Yeah.
If you are listening, Alexa, turn on all the lights. Alexa, play music loud. I
Oh
love
my
doing
god!
like,
Wait a second. Can you do that on the radio or on podcast?
Yeah, you can,
man.
dude.
100%.
Dude, you know where I learned this? Do you know where I learned this?
No, I
Jesse
don't.
and Gene back in the day.
Wow.
Jesse and Gene used to do a thing here in Toronto on Q, and it was they were the morning guys. So they would open their show at 5:30 in the morning, so they knew that people would have their alarms going, and they'd just be like, "Want to go for a walk? Hey, want to go for a walk? Who wants to go for a walk? Want to go outside? Let's go for a walk."
That's so funny. Rattling keys and shit.
Give the dogs all
Thousands
fired
of
up.
people in Toronto are calling them, going, "You fucking asshole! My dog
That
is going fucking crazy."
So good. That
Yeah,
is
so
good.
now-
you could be like, "Hey Google, play Rick
Yeah,
Astley."
hey Siri, yeah, hey
You know?
Siri, play Engelbert Humperdinck.
Never gonna
You know,
give you
Fucking Rickroll
up.
people remotely.
Hey,
That'd be
listen,
amazing.
I love
Yeah.
Rick Astley. Let's be kind.
Lachlan's turned our Alexa on before.
Really?
yeah, Lachlan did it once in our house.
Oh, that's
yeah,
so funny. What I like about Alexa and Google is that you can get them to repeat anything. People always try to ask them like, "Hey, have you ever had anal?" Google, and Google's like, "I'm not sure I understand." But if you go like this, "Hey Google, repeat after me. I fucking love getting anal while getting face fucked." It will say it.
all
It will
right.
say
You want to try?
exactly that.
You want to try it right now?
Sure.
I'm gonna hit
Hang on,
the old
hang
Dusty
on,
Trail.
hang on, honey.
Okay.
Wait,
So I normally ask.
Why? Okay, because the face fucking was it because of that?
everybody,
No,
quiet.
I just-
Ready?
The joke is about Google saying it.
Figured
Ready?
Boys Club. I'll go.
Hey Siri,
Actually, stop it.
repeat after me.
If this is some sort of pledge, my end user license agreement forbids it.
What?
Hey Siri,
Wow.
Repeat after me.
say I love big cocks in my arsehole.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Wow.
I think you're
Google.
wrong.
It's got to be Google.
Said it.
Oh, okay.
Google,
Well, Siri,
Ryan.
Siri has
Google
more
does it.
taste than you do, apparently.
Hang on.
No, I'm not Google.
Let me
Do I
have a
look
go
like
at
Google?
it, buddy. Hang on. Siri, is the government listening to me right now? Oh, she won't even answer. You fucking
That's,
whore.
that's some fucking dark
See,
stuff.
at least
right
Alexa will. Alexa will answer. No, the government's lost and they not listening. Respect your privacy. I'm like, bitch, the fuck that's true.
Alexa, brought to you by the government.
Who has
Yeah, we were
Alexa in the room?
actually-
Ask him. Ask fucking Alexa if the government's listening. Tell you what.
Hey
happens.
Siri, is the government listening to us right now?
I don't know what that means.
Oh,
If you
bitch.
like,
Yes, you
I can search
fucking
the
do.
web for, "Hey Siri, is the government listening to us right now?"
Do it. Search the web.
Well, no, because then we can't hear it. This is it's
No,
kind of
no,
a visual
no.
and audio
I'm
thing.
telling
See,
you right
Google's better there too, because Google's like on the website, blah blah blah. You know, they say.
Hey Siri, say something funny.
Why do people tell actors to break a leg? Because every play needs a cast.
Yeah, see, Siri's a fucking she's
a dad joke.
No, she's part of the Plymouth Brethren.
You know why actors tell each other to break a leg? Because the government's listening. That's why.
That's that just makes
There's
sense.
Berta.
No.
Berta's here.
Yeah. I feel better now.
Hilarious.
We're gonna wrap.
All right.
Let's wrap.
Wrap it up.
All right.
I gotta go.
Much love.
Chris, thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate
Thank
you coming
James.
in. It was good to see you. We'll do another show like this. Come anytime you want, Casual Friday. You're a lifer if you want to be.
Oh yeah,
Mexico,
for sure.
I'll be in Mexico next Friday night if you want to.
Yeah. Oh, even better.
See some
Hookers
live
and, hookers and blow. Hookers and blow,
Yeah, dude,
please.
Hookers
Yeah.
and blow.
That's
And
right.
The cartel with the gun to my head. Like let's do that
Totally. And Ashley,
All right.
you'll be here too for the hookers and blow. Okay.
for sure.
Please.
I have to work
Okay.
next Saturday morning.
The
I love you guys. Be good.
Good to see you, man.
oh, so funny.
Oh,
Ashley, why do you have to?
Friday?
Yeah, like, Ashley, don't do that thing when we say something creepy. You're not allowed to go like this. Well, I'm gonna hit the dusty trail.
No shit though.
I thought you were gonna have like a boys' club moment, and then
No.
I might make it. Yeah, I know.
Listen, Elliot Page, we're not gonna. I'm just saying because
Oh.
we're in just a took. It's a took
God
joke.
damn.
Jeez, come on now.
Honestly, I
I'm
got
gonna go.
called. No,
Hey,
I got
hey,
called.
I'm gonna go.
Gino
I'm gonna go suck that
600 times
dick.
in that fucking movie. So. All right,
That'll save us.
See, now we can't get canceled because I'm gonna suck Elliot Page's dick.
That's right. Come get this former
And
police.
I'm gonna film it.
All right. See, and this is where. All right, James. It was so nice being here.
Hey, baby.
I just ejected myself. Big respects to Julie Black, who, if you're watching this is just a character I play.
Yeah, we just Fridays are a bit different around Blackballed. It's it's one of the finest podcasts on this network. So
Proof I might be bipolar. I don't know. Julie Black's like the best interview ever. Then all of a sudden I'm like, pussy songs. Like I don't know. It just,
yeah, he's very Tourette'sy. This show is very Tourette'sy.
Do you remember-
Pussy song. Pussy
you know what?
song.
Do you know what I laugh at every time I think about it? The one casual Friday, the one casual Friday where we were talking about the Kennedy getting shot in the head, and I was like, maybe that back to the left was just the last minute Tourette's, and you're like, fuck.
Cockballs.
Perfect. Perfect. We're
Pussy matters. My pussy matters.
Tourette's, man. I'm just saying, it just does what it
I second
wants,
that.
right? You know.
I second that. That doesn't matter.
Holy fuck!
Oh
Yes,
my
that
god, so funny. Okay, could I before we go? Just
Is there anybody else we can offend before we leave? That'd be great.
Well, yeah, we're going to offend a lot of people in a second here because I just want to one last time read my schedule for next week, just because.
Oh
it's
yeah,
my show
you got
and-
like double headers and shit next week, don't you?
Okay, so Monday I have a double header. First I have Domingo. He's a world-renowned, legendary hip-hop producer. He's produced shit for Eminem and Big Pun and Fat Joe and fucking like KRS-One and all that, right?
No
so
shit.
that's going to be
Okay.
dope. Yeah. And then at 10 o'clock I have Tom Marazzo.
Oh
Okay.
god,
Oh.
On Tuesday at 7 o'clock I have Classified.
he just keeps moving on that one. Good for you.
Yeah, and then at 8 p.m. I have Scott Trades.
Classified, like
Yeah,
the classified.
Yeah, so it's my second one with him, and then
God
Scott
damn.
Trades at 8. On Wednesday, at 8 p.m., I have Max Bernier, And then at 10:30 p.m., I have John Spencer, who's the war expert that created the manual for the civilian Ukrainian force. On Thursday, I have a punk rock birder, who's also an award-winning advertising guy, creative director, who's named Paul Riss, who also happens to be my sister's ex-husband. So he's my ex-brother-in-law.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Okay.
And then on Friday is Casual Friday.
Very cool.
Dude, have you ever talked to your doctor about ADHD meds or ADD?
Oh, James knows all about ADHD meds.
Okay, just checking because
What am I supposed to do? Get high instead? Because this is what happens when I don't,
no shit.
You know what I mean? I might just keep doing this, just like double headers every day.
Of absolutely, I love the idea of.
I'd have to go to audio. I can't do this.
Yeah, but I love the idea of just the contrast of your guests. I fucking love it. Like, I think this is what is going to make this podcast, explode because of the fact that it's like, I'm going to talk to this hip hop guy. Now I'm going to talk to this far right wing guy. I'm going to talk to this fucking guy that used to fuck my sister, and I'm going to talk to this guy that fucking I'm going to talk to this guy that grooms dogs, and I'm going to talk to this lady that fucking reads tarot cards. I seriously, because it is so intriguing, because you'll take somebody like, you'd be like, this guy drives a TTC bus. And
well, no, I haven't taken many of those.
But you'll find a way to talk to him for an hour and make it interesting. And that's what I fucking love about this show. And I like being a part of Blackballed, even on the Friday end of it, just to try and unwind and try and decompress my good man James. I love it.
I wonder if Jazz Casual Friday. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're like a bigger part of Casual Friday than I am, because my whole mandate for Casual Friday was, if I don't want to do it, I ain't going to do it.
This is my mandate. I have a mandate every Friday with my friend James.
That's right. And that's the thing. And it's funny because I don't like. I asked people today if I was offered to interview the North Korean leader, do you think I should take it? Because I know none of them answered, because I was like, do you think a mass murderer is better or worse than Christine Anderson? Like,
I wanted to get into that with you tonight, but it was like, I just.
Oh, I'm not. It would never degrade into something like.
No, of course not. It's just a good conversation. I just want to know, because I know where you go with it. It was like, well, what if we didn't interview Osama bin Laden? Okay, what if we didn't? Really?
Well, not if what if we did or didn't. Is it bad that did? Even applying 2023 standards, it still isn't bad. That's the problem.
Yeah,
right?
But what if we didn't? Nothing would have changed. Like, we didn't learn anything. We didn't do anything. Nothing.
Oh, that guy won awards, and rightfully so, for it, because
sure he did, from his peers of people that do the same thing he does.
No, but Osama bin Laden announced in that interview that he's declaring war against the West. Like that was that interview, right?
Yep.
And that's the one that
was
cited
super
all
helpful.
it. But it's still the one that was cited, right? Like, and to be a journalist in that position that's an accomplishment. Like, first of all, securing the interview itself is an accomplishment. That's probably more of an accomplishment.
Yeah,
than
but
anything.
it doesn't. People aren't coming at you at a journalistic standpoint, because at a journalistic standpoint, I totally agree with you. They're coming at you at a humanity standpoint where they're seeing it from, and there's no value. And I have to agree, there's no value to society to it. But journalistically and to historically, for us to look back in 100 years to say somebody talked to him. Yeah. Somebody's got some words on record. I absolutely agree with you. Yeah. I totally. So it is a very, it's a mixed bag of emotions, and I don't think people know how to decipher or delineate between the two, and that's the problem with having that conversation. You can't explain it to somebody that doesn't do what you do. You can't explain it to people that are minded like the way we are when it comes to interviewing people. There's a reason why we do it. Yes, we might be doing it as a podcast now, but mediums change. And someday, in 100 years from now, people are going to look back when, I'm going to say it, when Christine Anderson takes over a nation and like exterminates sort of a race. They're going to look back and go, well, she talked to James D. Fiore that one time. Yeah. And this is what I mean. So it's
but so did Sherry DeNovo, right?
Yeah, right. But he also talked to Sherry DeNovo, who's the sweetest lady in the goddamn world. So
also very, very, very left wing.
I love when she's on the show. By the way, You would think because of where she comes from that she would be she's not reserved at all. I love that lady. She's so good.
I loved left wingers who don't get all when people say things, right?
Mhm.
Like I like that, right? Like,
Yep.
And she knows I interviewed like Megan Murphy and Christine
Well, she's
Anderson
not
and all
dumb.
that. No,
Yeah, Randy
But-
Hillier and everybody
Yeah.
else. Yeah,
But it's
exactly.
like-
And
yeah, it's what I want to do. Like I
know.
honestly,
I love it.
It pleases me when people get mad at me for interviewing people. I actually get really happy.
I get, yeah, but you don't. You're. I don't think you're doing it in the moment, for that reason. Like for the reason why it's so.
No, it's not
historically-
giddy. It's not giddy in the moment. What it
No,
is in
it's
the moment is
historically-
like
it's
it's one of these in the
historically
moment
important.
for me. What's one of these for me? Like, why don't you understand that I look at it differently? Like, I get
It's
really.
it's historically important, and it really is. As much as you may think that it's just a podcast, you know what? It's not just a podcast. It's literally a digital record of that person talking. And if they do turn around and do something eventful down the road, be it good or bad, they're on the record as saying what their intention was.
Yeah.
And that's why what we do is important, and that's why podcasts are important. So
I want to make one last announcement, and then we'll go. Dan, thank you. Everything that you just said. First of all, you said it better than I could, and thank you for saying all of that. And I think it is important that
and you do it better than the most of us on this network, just so you know. And I'll say that with no impunity. It's absolutely true. You are the one, because you have that ability to block out reservation, and I have to give you credit for that. It's amazing. It's great. You can put everything aside, get it down, and then walk away and say, that guy's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But at least you did the thing. You know what I mean?
What are you
Or
talking
that
about,
person-
Randy Hillier's lawyer?
Did he ever sell that house that he did the interview
I
from?
was just about to say, when does the model house go on the market?
Yeah. No, what you do is important, and people do need to, if they want to enjoy what we do here, they need to take a step back and realize why it is important what happens on this show. It's very important. Like, people are all over. They love and fanfare about the Plymouth Brethren Church. What if down the road we find out Jesus is real? Holy fuck, James was an asshole the whole time.
Well,
you
that's
know?
going to be true even if
Fuck
he
that guy.
So you know what I'm saying though, so you have to look at it from both aspects. It's literally just a digital record, and James is doing a great job of scribing it for us and scribing it for your kids, your grandkids, and your great grandkids down the road. Everything we do now is a footprint. It's a diary. This is literally Anne Frank's diary, is what we do now. It's just
I thought of Helen Keller
All
for
right,
some
there
reason.
he
I
goes.
was like,
Right,
what
just-
is-
No, it's not. I'm not. I'm
Stop
not saying it as
that
a,
out loud.
I'm not saying it as an asshole. What we do
I was talking to Ashley.
is, and that's so am I. What we do, I try to instill this in my kid. Now, I'll leave on this note. I promise you. I'll let you close the show. I try to instill in my kid that every single thing that you put on social media is like a diary entry. Like, so you know how like it's all nostalgic when we look at big, everybody's using like actual old fucking like script handwriting, dear diary, blah blah blah. They didn't have social media back in that day. So now, what we do here is your diary.
Journal. It's our journal, yeah.
Yeah, it's a journal entry, and there's a footprint of it. And people down the road, 1,000 years from now, the DNA ancestry, those companies, by the way, will be obsolete in 100 years, because everybody will be able to find their ancestry through digital footprints. So you're not going to need a DNA test. You can just go online and Google who is my grandpa, and you're going to find them. So what you're leaving is that footprint that people are, because we have that thirst now. That's why we get DNA tests.
We're the
because we
first
have a
grandparents
thirst.
you can find that way, probably.
We have a thirst to know where we came from. Now, when you look 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 years from now, if we last that long, you're looking at it through that lens. You're not going to need a DNA test. You're going to be able to just go find people. You're going to be able to find digital record of them. So what you're doing is so important. When you're posting about your fucking breakfast on fucking Instagram, your fucking great grandkid is going to see that breakfast one day, and they're going to be like, "Oh, look, my great grandpa was eating fucking bacon and eggs that day at that restaurant. Good for him."
Unlock your grandpa's dick pics.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So you need to be very careful of how you leave that digital footprint now. And I try to instill that in my kid. And I hope everybody in the world does that with their kids now, and just say, you need to know that this is very important to not just what you do now and your reputation and how you get jobs in the future, and people are going to look and see what. It's important to your family history. You're literally writing your family's fucking tree right now.
Yeah.
So be careful how you do it.
Well, yeah, and on that note, I'm going to be a straight up communist.
Okay.
On April 22nd. This is the announcement. On April 22nd, I've announced it before, but I'm just going to keep going because there is a plan to try to simulcast this event in like 5 different Canadian cities. So a live podcast with a panelist in each city and a live audience. The Earth Day with Noam Chomsky, a 2-hour conversation with Noam Chomsky exclusively about the environment. And then we'll have we have an environmental attorney in Vancouver, and we haven't quite figured out. First of all, if we're even going to do it in all these cities, it's ambitious, but I think we're at least going to do it in Toronto with a live audience. So
you can pull it off.
Yeah, I hope so. It's the other cities ones. When you're not there, it's like, I guess, can you do it, Stan? And
yeah,
then,
well, we have
up.
people in other cities that can help. Like we have people that can actually which is nice about this network. It's good.
Yep.
We have people in
It's a
Edmonton.
good
We have
network.
people in fucking BC. We have people all over the place. So
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There's a lot that has to happen. Anyways, it's I'm trying to manifest it, so I'll say it out
That'd be
loud,
great.
and maybe I'm talking to actually a guy who listens to the show about venues, because it's the people that do like the video or convention stuff where they actually do like events in each city and then they tie together in like a big like Q&A thing or whatever with everyone. So they already sort of do that. So I'm going with a company like this networking company, I think, that does that.
Yeah.
So they have existing relationships with venues and all that, and it sort of streamlines everything. So, but I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if people buy tickets. How much do I sell the tickets for? Like there's a bunch of stuff to consider. Like I have no idea.
depends on what it costs.
Yeah, that's right. Depends how much money I can make.
That's it.
It's a break even.
I'm rich, bitch.
It's a break even. Is great, because then I have a prototype and I can figure out how to do it better next time or something.
Yeah.
But or I make a lot of money and fuck you guys. I'm out of here. I'm just kidding. It's not gonna happen.
Money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Hide the money.
Oh, gentlemen.
Ryan and Ashley, thank you guys again.
Thanks, man. Have a
Appreciate
great
everything.
weekend.
Ashley, sorry about all the boy talk. Okay.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Never coming back.
Okay. Love you.
I'm kidding. I love you.
Bye. We'll see you next time. Oh wait, fuck the I got a stupid intro. Click this fucking button, and then I'm gonna go over
All
here.
right, I'll
and
come
go-
back while you're figuring that out, just to vamp and talk about things.
Yeah, that's
Watch
it's
your-
a stupid intro.
Watch your jaw click.
Yeah. Well, I'm really like caffeinated. Like I have these caffeine pills because I don't do drugs right now. They're
I was gonna
called
say, you
wake
didn't
ups.
do any drugs, did you? Yeah, I know wake
Well, I
ups.
did.
Those are
No,
great.
I'm 3 grams
There's a
of
big
edibles.
picture of a cock on the front of it. It's great.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's why I got it. Which is actually subliminal, because sometimes caffeine makes it move a little. I'm just saying. I was not in the pool.
It is true. Yeah, it gets the blood moving. It opens the
That's right.
capillaries.
The
right?
capillaries?
The capillaries. The
Why are you
capillaries.
so hard? It's 2 a.m.
Is it a fuzzy capillary? I like the fuzzy capillaries. They're cute.
Tell me when. Tell me when.
Okay. I'll see
Boy,
you.
the way Glenn Miller played. Good to see you, man. We'll see you next week.
All right, brother. Cheers. We'll see you next time on Blackballed.